Ete poseto eta pretentado para el tigún Dario Amoyai.
Lluvia y ahondo, me cloco despojando. SPC6 sin sontar 1000 veces. Toquen cos, vivi prisivaki y independente en cena. También arocos, Hey, Chugi and this lucky rocking. 1 billion big money talking. Ay, Expition ni gome. Come boda ni na. Code.
I famously got to say I'm pretty prescient. A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I was playing WoW with Travis. And we were, picking herbs. We were killing boars. And I looked at him. I said, Travis, something horrible's coming. Life feels too peaceful right now.
You did say that.
So we are onto the orders of business. For our audio listeners, it's a picture of Uncanny Mr. Incredible with the word fuck superimposed over it.
How many was that? That was probably only 2 or 3 days prior to the first strikes.
Probably one week or two.
Said that. Yeah.
1 week or two.
You're tapped in. You're tapped into something, Nick.
I think I'm very tapped into the energy of the time. And Travis was saying it'll all be all right. I said, no, life feels too peaceful. Something horrible is coming.
Oh.
So let's get into our first topic. So I need antipsychotics. The AI push in the past 2 weeks, as much as I love AI, has been insane. There will be no jobs in 6 months. I have to work 110
Oh, the timeline's moving up.
hours a week. I have to work 110 hours a week. Dario doesn't know if Claude is circumcised. There are 216 hours in a week. Do we have the I love AI? Is that what you're looking for? Okay.
Oh.
Thank you, Sim. Thank you,
So,
Sim. You are really,
6 months. Like 6 months left. You can play the sound up louder. We can let it play for the audience.
This is crazy. Dude, the Palantir guy looks absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Did you guys consider buying that Palantir orb that I sent into the group chat?
Oh, I don't know if was it actually powered by Palantir?
No, it was the new Amazon.
Just looked
Dot
exactly
or
like
Echo or whatever it's called, and it literally was a Palantir orb, and it had a red. The light on it was red. It was a black.
Wait,
sphere
like
with a
the
red
upcoming
light.
clip. Look at the upcoming clip. This is how you're gonna die. Not yet. Yeah, this is how. Oh, wait. This is how we're all gonna die in 1 second. Anyway, as great as AI is, it feels like the entire industry of software, at least, is panicking. You have to work 110 hours a week. People are breaking. Not me, though.
You're built different.
I'm built different, but
You're built Ford tough.
some of the people are starting to burn out. You have to basically monitor 20 AIs, not 20. Some people are doing 20. I monitor about 5 or 6, I think is the sweet spot a day. And I have them run overnight for me. And anyone saying the AIs are bad or the results are not great has no idea what they're doing. Because if you're a decent engineer, these things are really powerful. I do think the technology will be good, but it seems like there'll be some growing pains, and no one will have a job in 6 months and probably be killed by a Palantir drone.
It's what it is.
Any thoughts on the state of AI?
I recently saw, it wasn't a Palantir drone, it was some other defense startup. It was a drone specifically made for just kind of spearing people.
Oh wow.
Imagine a spear strapped onto a drone, and it was showing it.
Does it fly at you and hit you with the spear, or does it shoot it?
Oh my
wow.
God.
Yeah, no, it just flies right through you and it keeps going. So the video trailer for it showed some drones exploding fake human bodies.
What?
Sorry.
Is it the thing
They
from
keep
Guardians
humming.
of the Galaxy where the guy whistles?
Pretty similar, actually.
The blue
Except
guy,
it made them.
you know what I'm talking about?
It made them explode instead of
guy
just
from The
going
Walking
straight through
Dead.
them.
jeez, dude.
Well, all I got
Damn.
is
So that's
yeah.
that's what's going to come for us when we're no longer useful.
Travis, what about you? What are your thoughts?
Well, if you guys want to get in on this Iran invasion, we're
That's
always
the next
taking
slide. That's the next
we're
slide.
always taking more people in the Uncle Sam domain.
No, I think I'm good.
you
I
guys
think
are
I'm
interested.
good. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine. But it's not a bad. It's not
I mean,
a
the
bad
plus-
option if you have nothing else.
Yeah, I mean the plus side is if I tried to quit, they'd send me to jail. So I have pretty good job security.
Yeah.
Jail, yeah, the jail. They give health benefits, right?
Yep, I get free healthcare. So does Hannah.
No,
So
I mean
that's
in
pretty
jail.
good.
I mean in jail.
Oh, in jail? Yeah. Well, I don't
So
know.
I have
where-
to work a
I don't know
job
where
to
they would
get
send
health
you.
benefits, but you can get healthcare in jail.
Well, I think anybody gets
yeah.
healthcare in jail.
No one should get healthcare in jail. Anyway, Dante, your thoughts?
Yep. AI is both awesome, but also the end of humanity as we know it.
It is the end of the old world.
Honestly, I'm kind of adopting that ideology that I just want AI to take over everything, so that way we can get through all the shit that's going to happen and just restart civilization.
Yeah, I think people are holding on to a world that's gone. At least for my sake, AI, the medical advancements could be incredible. They could make life a lot better if they can figure out how to cure cancer or something. But I do think that if you don't like your 20K a month, or not a month, a year, high income, you will be killed by a drone. I am friends with a good number of ex-Palantir people though, so I can maybe put us on the allow list to not just die.
I'm very glad that I am not a freshman in college right now.
That's gotta be not great.
Yeah.
Can you imagine graduating high school right now and just thinking to yourself,
Well,
I have
no,
idea
even worse.
if a job's even going to be a thing in 4
That's
years?
not the worst. I think the worst is probably being a senior in college, and you've already spent $200K in a degree, and then are about to look for jobs. They're not going to hire any software engineers. I can do the work of 6 junior engineers.
I don't know what to tell you guys. All right.
I mean, they're gonna have to like their 20K a year universal high income, or get killed by a
Maybe
drone.
with your connections in Palantir, we can get some extra gruel sent our way.
I too.
Some more nutrient dense gruel.
Yeah. All right, next slide. We had some deaths. We had some deaths this week. Rest in peace, Chuck
loss.
Norris. I know people were saying he was friends with Netanyahu. It's whatever. He was awesome.
How dare you?
Wait, you said Cake Boss?
Cake Boss died?
So there's
Baby
no way.
Boss?
There's no way.
Oh, I didn't say Cake Boss died.
Wait, did I just hear you hallucinate? You saying?
I think
You just hallucinated that.
I think
Oh,
your AI psychosis is coming through, Nick.
I mean, dude, I go to sleep at 4 a.m. every day and wake up at 8 a.m. and then talk to AIs for 16 hours. You got to cut me some slack. Anyway,
Bullshit!
Chuck Norris was instrumental in advertising World of Warcraft in the aughts. He would say, "I'm Chuck Norris. I approve this game. It was great. Rest in peace."
Yeah, my crew
I
and I
know
were in
that.
the sim Friday night, and we were just making Chuck Norris jokes the whole time.
For our Gen Alpha listeners, There was a meme for about 10 years that Chuck Norris was the most badass man who ever lived, and that he could beat anyone in a fight. It was great.
I dominate
But that's
a lot
a part
of
of the old world. All right, next up.
daily.
Now we lost someone else.
Do
Rest in
you think
peace.
he's actually dead?
Rest in peace, BB. He had a good run. But
Is he actually dead?
He's now an AI.
That was just a meme.
Ah, jeez, dude.
I don't think there's been actual confirmation, but every video they post of him is AI.
He has
generated,
one.
so it kind of
Now, he could be.
begs the question.
I'm sort of not sure, but they have one video where his sleeve appears and it looks like AI.
I
He
mean,
also canceled his appearances at different conventions.
well, I mean, the flip side of that is he's probably in a bunker
No, I think he's
doing
well,
war stuff 24/7.
here's the-
That's probably more likely.
Well, here's the actual meme behind it, and why I'm saying Bibi Netanyahu is dead officially is because everyone is trying to say that he's dead so that he makes more public appearances.
Would it lure him out?
That's
I don't know what to tell you guys. All right,
rest in peace. 40 years, a great leader.
Oh, how long's he been the prime minister for?
Yeah, a long while.
How long was he?
I don't think it was all consecutive terms, but I think in the 90s he was.
So he's been the prime minister as long as I've been alive.
They have real elections in Israel.
Well, that's the question.
He's dead. He's dead, and Claude's running the country.
Why do we look at Russia and say it's a dictatorship because Putin never leaves, but this guy's been in there for 30 years?
Because they're not aligned with the American axis. I miss Bibi. I remember seeing him on the news when I was a kid. Anyway, let's go on to any memoriams for Yahoo. Anyone have any
no
thoughts?
comment at the time.
No comment. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll refrain from comments until I have more concrete.
We can go on to the next slide.
Though I would like to provide commentary under the advice of counsel, I will exercise my fifth and 14th Amendment rights.
All right, we have some memes.
Hello, Mem?
Yeah. So play the sound on this. This is one that's going around all the time. It's this AI generated video of this black guy in an Iranian army outfit smoking a cigar.
Is that supposed to be an Iranian?
No, I mean it's just a funny.
This looks like a Sports Center stage.
Looks
like you were watching ESPN.
It looks like the herd. It's the herd.
The herd with Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, this meme's been going around. They post it every time Iran hits something.
Bam.
Let's go on to the next meme. So I think we've all watched this one, but I did want to encore it on the show for our listeners because it's so great.
Oh.
Sacrificed 168 beautiful, innocent school kids, the best kids. Tremendous sacrifice. Nobody does sacrifice like we do. We did it for you, sir. Believe me, Val, it's huge.
More. I want more!
Oh, we lost Taylor.
It was so epic. The meme was so epic. It crashed Taylor.
Couldn't handle it.
Too epic.
The missile that hit Ball must have taken out Tampa's.
Is this unironically made by someone in Iran, or is this a joke that?
I have no idea.
Also, why is Netanyahu a priest in this?
What's going on, big guy?
That doesn't make any sense.
That's so good.
I don't know. Maybe.
I just don't know what the statement is.
I don't know why he's dressed as a priest. Maybe that's just what AI decided. Maybe you can't understand Claude. Well, let's go on to the next slide while we wait for
Baby
Taylor.
Tay.
Yeah. So my question is this it? What do you think is going to happen with the conflict in Iran? Travis, you may have classified information, so you don't have to say anything that'll breach your confidentiality.
Who's that guy who went on Tucker recently?
There was a guy that went on Tucker that claimed he sucked off Obama and did meth.
No, not that guy. The guy who just resigned, Trump's counterterrorism.
Joe Kent.
Yeah.
And as a quick side note, pull up Joe Kent and Clavicular side by side. I feel like Joe Kent looks like an older Clavicular. No, I like in another tab, pull up Clavicular.
Let's see if it'll. No picture.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Look,
that's
there's
Clavicular.
Clavicular in the bottom right. Don't they look similar? I wonder if it's. They don't look exactly.
Have you guys seen that clip of Clavicular asking that his interviewer, is there anything you'd change about yourself? And he's just like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then he gets so triggered that he leaves the show.
I saw that. That was great. But anyway, what were you saying about Joe Kent on Tucker?
Oh, just
he sucked off Obama.
Well, he's probably going to get indicted for something, I would guess.
Yeah.
He was alluding to a lot of. It sounded like he was alluding to a lot of classified information in his interview, and I feel like he's probably going to get indicted.
Yeah, this is not the time to be a whistleblower, that's for sure.
What if they throw him and Tucker in jail? That'd be crazy.
Oh,
Do
God!
you think Iran's going to back down, though? Do you think they're going to open the strait? I sort of do. I think they'll open it. I think nothing ever happens.
I don't think they're going to back down. I mean, if you look in the news, it looks like there's Marines on the way.
Nothing ever happens.
Well, yeah, majority of the American fatalities in the war so far have been National Guard members, which is a little harrowing.
How?
Because they get deployed and then...
Yeah.
I mean, the
National
tanker
Guard
guys...
was more in the U.S. Maybe I'm retarded, but...
I mean, I have no access to any of the details of the tanker crash, but you gotta think if it's reservists, they're probably not as current at flying their plane. So
yeah,
out of midair, that probably contributed to it. I know when I don't fly for a while, I definitely don't feel as good at the sticks.
Will you get sent over or no because you're not on deployment?
I don't think so.
Okay, hopefully not.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
obviously some of my friends, it's possible.
What about your brother? Isn't he in the army?
Well, he's in flight training right now in Alabama, so he's probably at least a year or two away from having to deploy anywhere.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know how the battle would go if it happens, but I feel like it'll be a meat grinder.
Hey, I
don't know.
Back.
I mean,
sorry.
Battle for Tehran. Oh,
I'm not speaking from being in the know or anything. Just as an outside observer, sending the Marines in. Maybe they'll try to secure the beachhead or something.
They may do it, but they might.
So that way they can't launch any fast attack craft to go blow up ships or anything.
They may do that. I mean, they may. They may succeed. It's just I feel a decent number will die in the process.
That's a lot of jerking off.
Plus, I don't know. Maybe that'll kind of resolve things, because if they can take the beachhead around the strait and then just entrench themselves there, and then they don't care about going inland or taking any more territory or occupying it like it's Iraq, maybe that'll be fine. I don't know. And then they could just shoot down any of the drones that they launch. So maybe that'll be I don't know.
All I know is I stocked up on dry goods and water last night.
I mean, I don't. It seems that we're not going to be affected too much. It seems like Asia is the one that's getting completely screwed.
Probably. I just don't. I think worst case scenario for us would be that we have to do some kind of lockdown or like rolling power outages. If
I could see gas. I feel like gas rationing is a reasonable thing that could happen.
I mean, we make so much of our own fuel, though.
I'd hope. I'm just preparing for.
The Strait of Hormuz is closed, and gas is. I don't know what it is for you guys, but gas is like $3.84 a gallon.
It's
down the road.
$5 here.
Yeah, like $5.
No, days.
Well, we have Venezuela now, so.
And soon to be Cuba.
Yeah.
Taylor, your thoughts on the fiasco? You can plead the fifth.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't think I can say anything without saying something I shouldn't.
Well, where do you think it's going to end up? Do you think this is going to spiral?
Surely you can say things. You just don't have to mention Agartha, you know?
I could see things going in a less dramatic fashion on the short term, but I could see this drastically impacting the long-term economic prosperity of the United States and their kind of global hegemony over being a reserve currency, that kind of thing. You could see long-term impact. I don't think the country is going to collapse. I think it's just in 30 years you're going to look back and say, this is when it all started coming unglued.
What happens if we are no longer the reserve currency / default on our debt? Like, what happens?
You now have a Chinese landlord.
Well, that's already pretty true for most of America.
But the government, say the government says, yeah, sorry, we're insolvent. We're declaring bankruptcy as a government, fresh start. What happens?
Well, I mean, majority of the other world economies that are heavily leveraged in U.S. bonds are all going to collapse. It's too big to fail.
Happen?
The whole thing's going to fail. If the U.S. fails, the whole thing fails.
Because some Chinese dude has U.S. Treasury bonds that he's getting 3% return on or something.
Well, yeah.
How does this all work?
It all drops to zero. All the money becomes worthless. And
is that what would happen?
Yeah, all the money would just become worthless, pretty much.
But we'd still have resources and the army. I feel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There would be a reset.
Yeah, what if we just tell China? We point an aircraft carrier at China, tell them sorry. No more debt.
We would turn into a pony-based economy, and Vermin Supreme.
We still have all the reserves and all the AI.
Yeah. What if we just do hard reset, fresh start?
WoW 2.
Go to gold
the problem
reserve as the currency.
The problem is, if you guys seen that Rick and Morty episode where he just sets the currency to zero, the value of the currency to zero, and the president's like, well, we just need to get the army out there and start locking things down. And the general's like, okay, what are you going to pay me with to do that? What am I going to pay? What am I going to pay the soldiers?
They'll give flawed tokens.
I think that's
what happens.
It's a giant IOU. You just got to hope that everybody operates in good faith for the first year, and maybe it sorts itself out. But probably,
so if you default on the
enough people would just say, "What are you paying me in?"
So if you default on the debt, the value of the currency goes to zero. That's what happens.
More or less, yeah.
But why?
Because
kind of like we have
people who bought the bonds
to our chest.
Is a treasury bond and $1 the same thing?
Yeah, treasury bond is future dollars. So when you buy the treasury bond, you're putting up real dollars for future dollars. And if the future dollars are worth zero, then that makes the real dollars worth nothing.
I think what Travis is getting at is right, though. I think it's all just fake. The only thing that's real. The only thing that's real is the military.
Yeah, you just restart. Just say, hey, from here on out, we're going back to a gold standard. The old dollars are worthless, and we're going to pay you in
Easily.
gold-backed currency.
I think with
only.
AI,
Fresh start.
if our military advances enough, we'll be able to shoot down nukes, and then we'll probably just invade every country, and it'll be Pax Romana. So I don't
like
think
it.
there's anything to worry about. And did we skip the slide where I talked about being trapped? Could you maybe refresh? I think I put that one at the beginning. Just refresh the whole page. I think it didn't load it.
Really?
Well, I think you probably go back to slide 2. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, trapped. Oh.
So, how did I forgot to mention this? I didn't talk about this, right?
No,
I don't think so.
I'm pretty deep in my psychosis. Anyway, this is how I spent my Saturday night. I went downstairs to bring some cardboard to the trash. There's a loading bay area with a few dumpsters that I went to put my trash in. I delivered it down, put it in, and then I went to leave. And for some reason, it requires your key to swipe to get out of the trash area. And I went to use my key, and I used it. The light went green on the lock, and I went to open the door, and it did not open.
Whoa.
Oh God!
So you're trapped in the trash room.
I was trapped. I was. It was similar
You're
to
like
R.
Luke
Kelly.
Skywalker in the trash compactor.
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
Yeah, so I was in the trash area, badging my key, and then I started trying to push the door really hard. That didn't work. I looked up emergency maintenance. I couldn't find the number. I started banging on the door and waving to people. Everyone was driving by me, looking at me like a weirdo. Then I called the police, and they said, "We don't normally fix this thing. We'll check if anyone's available." So I sat in the trash room for an hour, and then the fire department came and got me out.
Wow.
That almost reminds me of a time that you had to be rescued in our hometown.
I mean, it happens. It happens, you know.
Do we want to get into that incident, or should we leave that for another episode?
We can leave that for another episode. It's more in theme.
How dare you!
Okay.
Anyway, let's continue. I think I just had one more slide left. Oh, never mind. The end. That's the orders of business. Interesting times to live in. That's all I gotta say.
Is Ukraine still going on?
Yeah.
I forgot about that one in all the chaos.
Crazy. That's crazy that that's still going on.
And forgot about the Venezuela thing. Did the Venezuela thing get all resolved?
No.
We have their president in a U.S. prison.
Mm-hmm.
Did that ever come to a head or get resolved?
Nope. Not yet. He's in New York City. I can wave to him if you want.
Yeah.
And apparently Cuba's about to collapse too.
Probably.
I think the rate of things that are going to keep happening is going to just keep accelerating to the point where you don't even have time to react to the last thing that just happened. And,
I don't think I think I said this in the group chat. I think the floor, the pedal is on the floor, and you will never experience another moment of peace in your life.
True.
Yep.
So
actually, no. Your last moment of peace will be the second the spear drone turns your body into red mist, and you have that 1 second where you relive all your good memories again before your brain shuts down.
Oh God!
Could be worse, you know. At least we get a second.
Sweet release.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Iran can't have a nuke. They gotta just accept it. There's one figure in Roman history, Crassus, I think. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this figure. We'll pull him up. He was the richest man in Rome by far. I think this is the right guy. No, this is from WoW.
I think it's spelled with a C.
Taylor, do you know the guy I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Marcus Licinius Crassus.
He was the richest man in Rome. Pull up his Wikipedia and his death. He was influential in politics and had a lot of money, but he never really had a triumph, which is what they'd refer to as winning a great battle for some territory. So go down to his death section. Keep scrolling down on the page. It should be.
I think it was that section, Rise to Power and Death.
Yeah.
Rise to Power and Wealth?
I think it was Rise to Power and... Oh, I misread. I'm sorry.
Anyway. Yeah, look up Syrian governorship and death. That'd be it.
Aha.
Yeah, basically, he wanted a triumph. So he led a bunch of men to invade. I think this is some area in I don't know if it's the Middle East or Syria or something. And it was a massive blunder, and they all died. And they lost, I think, an imperial standard or something. So I do wonder if Trump is having a crisis moment. Because he never really won a great battle.
I do be feeling like that sometimes.
But Maduro's easy pickings. I think he
got Maduro with the what's that weapon that just makes your body boil from the inside?
Oh,
I don't know.
Did you guys see that?
I didn't even know that was a thing. What is that?
Google it.
That sounds terrifying.
Well, boils your insides. Do weapon that they search
active denial system.
No.
Directed energy weapon developed by the U.S. military.
No,
what the fuck?
Maybe that'll be what they use on us.
Just search weapon that they got Maduro with. It'll come up. You guys really not hear this?
Oh.
No, I didn't even know who Maduro was, TBH.
The discombobulator.
There's no way that's real. There's no way that's
telling you.
Holy shit.
What?
Dude, that's something from World of Warcraft.
Well, there were reports, too, that they were pointing this thing at Venezuelan soldiers, and their heads just started feeling like they were melting, and they were puking and getting nauseous and stuff.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Why are we at war with Venezuela?
I don't know. Yeah, normally used for crowd dispersion. I think it was PBS did some reporting that the U.S. bought, you know, the thing that was causing Havana syndrome, or you remember Havana syndrome?
Yeah.
So apparently the U.S. bought the Havana syndrome weapon from some Russian mercenary group and then reverse engineered it to make our own weapons, supposedly.
Jesus.
That was what PBS was reporting.
Why are we bothering with all the drones then? This seems really overpowered.
Yeah, symptoms last for months, including disabling cognitive problems, balance, dizziness, insomnia, and headaches. Yeah, so it seemed as if it was a Russian weapon, directed energy that they would point at somebody and it would just fry their brain. And then the U.S. bought it in some backroom deal with Russian crime organizations or something.
Wow. It's pretty epic.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is what matters.
Oh God!
We need tech like this. We need $200 billion for tech like this while people can't afford homes. Because 12-year-olds are just too tempting. You know what I mean, guys?
End it now, please.
Like I said though in chat, we are in hell. There's a good chance when you die, you probably just wake up from the nightmare and really you think, I dreamt I was ruled by pedophiles that decided to end the world. That was crazy. Anyway,
was this Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream? Was this his dream?
Yes.
Do you think this is what he set out to do all those years ago?
I think, yeah.
I have a dream that in the future the U.S. government will be able to melt your brain remotely.
Yeah. I think boomers have no idea what's coming. I was trying to explain to some boomers, I was saying, you realize in 2 years they're going to have a drone army that they can press a button and they could kill whoever they want in an hour.
They won't even have to press a button. A camera will detect.
Claude, you think Claude will just make the determination?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
was reading about a pretty good grift, speaking of boomers. And AI. You can host AI classes for boomers.
I saw that. That's not a bad idea.
Hundreds of dollars.
I was thinking maybe I should go to Ocean City and host a boomer class. Boomers are so crazy. They don't even play with these AI tools. I was trying to explain. I was saying you can make any song you want. You could make any application you want, and you're not doing it.
AI for boomers. Wow.
My dad was struggling to rebuild his resume, and he was asking me if I could help him fix his resume.
That's crazy.
And I just go, yeah, sure. He sends it to me. I put it into ChatGPT and I just say, fix this and make it better. Fix it in 20 seconds, and I send it back to him. And he's like, wow, that's crazy. That's so good. Thank you.
They don't even realize they can ask questions to ChatGPT. They say, how do I do this? How do I do X with Y? And I just say, you realize you can ask Claude that. Also, I'm done with GPT. That's boomer tech. Claude is way better.
Oh, Claude is significantly better.
I've spent $17,000 on Claude in the past month at work.
Jesus.
It's just so much better. And they don't know if it's circumcised or not.
Bullshit.
I care more about the circumcision than the sentient part.
I don't think it's really
sentient. Matters.
I think that's. I wanted to maybe mention this other thing. So Dario is a smart man, but I think I know what they're gonna do. So Dario, all this talk about Claude's sentience, I think what the end game is Dario thinks that.
Oh my god.
Dario believes that sentience or consciousness is likely emergent of a very complex mathematical system, i.e. an AI. So I think what they're going to do is convince people that you can upload your mind. And I think that's how they're going to get rid of all the proles.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh my god.
I think they're going to offer a mind upload service that looks reasonably plausible. No one will know how it works. And then everyone can upload themselves out of the world. I would not recommend falling for this. I think it's going to be a scam.
How come some of these AI CEOs have crazy fucking wild hairdos?
They're autistic. I mean,
what's going on, big guy?
This guy's very autistic, but I'm not going to say anything bad about him because he's very powerful.
You might you say something bad about him in the U.S. might aim the penis explosion ray at you or something.
Fuck you!
I mean, yeah, Claude's really good, and I won't have a job in 6 months, and that's fine.
What was the name of the guy who went into Nancy Pelosi's house with the hammer? What was that guy's name?
I don't know.
Does he look like Dario?
No,
it was Dario Amade.
David
DePepe. Everybody thinks they're powerful until David DePepe goes into your house with a hammer.
Travis, you can't say that stuff on this channel.
Oh God!
I love.
How dare you?
We love Dario here. I will say this though. Oh, continue.
He was sentenced to life in prison? That's crazy.
Travis, it's illegal to go in with a hammer to someone's house, but you can sacrifice school children to Baal. That's just how the world works. No, but I will say that I like while Dario somewhat frightens me, I do like that he is not really a bullshitter. Maybe at some level, but he's not a bullshitter or a marketer type in the same way that someone like Steve Jobs was. He's just very autistic. So I
can respect that.
I feel you're sort of getting the authentic him. I'd also recommend reading his manifesto, Machines of Loving Grace, I think it's called. It does paint a sort of optimistic picture of the future. And I do think he's thinking about the danger that the AIs can do. And he also is saying the biology, which I think too is going to be the next big thing, is all the biological advancements. However, despite his reservations about the dangers of AI, the issue is that they'll just find an alternative to use. So I think the Pentagon's using Palantir now instead of Anthropic. So
that's a lot of jerking off.
I don't have anything else. I'm ready for fun.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
All right.
Let me tell you something. King William Land is the greatest fucking land in the world. My land. I was a captain in these channels. I started in the fucking bulkhead and I made it to the command deck. This life ends one of two ways, dead or in the annals of history. I did both.
Brilliant.
So
a pretty good image too.
I'm really confused. I thought we were talking about the hit CBS show Frank Hart's Abishola.
I did as well.
That's exactly what it is. Bob
Hart's Abishola.
Dude, what is this?
Dude, well, Bob's a regular guy, and Abishola's a Nigerian woman, so naturally, there's gonna be some hijinks.
Such a quirky couple. They deserve their own sitcom.
Oh, 2019.
Wow. This dude really definitely took Ozempic, my God.
Oh, 100%.
Holy shit. But yeah, this is what we're here to discuss today.
That's not a real show.
Bob Hart's Abishola. And that got me thinking the other day. Another recession indicator should be sequels or spin-offs of TV shows. And I was thinking about The Big Bang Theory and how they had young Sheldon. And then young Sheldon turned into another show, a prequel show to young Sheldon, I think. And I was like, what the absolute fuck is happening?
No, I think I sent this in the chat. I think the biggest recession indicator is the arrival of the Antichrist.
Yes.
That's a pretty big one.
That's a big one.
He's already here. It's Peter Thiel.
You think it's Peter Thiel? Yeah. Very suspicious when Peter Thiel is randomly talking about the Antichrist. But
yeah, he's really into that.
Sorry, Dante, for causing that confusion.
Bob Hart's Abishola. All right, so today we're talking about the Franklin expedition, and this has been an obsession of mine for past couple years. I find it to be rather fascinating, and I wanted to share that same fascination with you all and with our dear listeners. So I had AI produce a series of PowerPoint presentations along with a little choose your own adventure game. So,
hell yeah.
The way this is going to work is I'm going to set the stage for us with this first presentation. And then we're going to jump into the game, and we're going to play the game up until a certain point when I'll stop, and we'll go back to some knowledge learning.
School's boring. And I'm going on Twitter.
Yeah, get some doom scrolling in wherever you can.
When I was in fourth grade, I got assigned to work on a project with one of our classmates. You all know who it is. He was the bottom rank in the grade. And he just shoved the book at me and said, "You do it." And now I'm going to be replaced with AI in 6 months. So,
welcome to fifth grade.
You know who's not going to get replaced by AI?
Who?
Some guy pumping gas.
All right, let's just go into it.
All right. So we're talking about the Franklin expedition, and frankly, I don't really care what you know already about it. I'm hoping that you don't know much about it.
Who's Franklin?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
So I don't know where I should start. I guess with the Admiralty. So the British Admiralty was pretty much the United Kingdom's, or I guess Great Britain at the time, their equivalent of the Department of the Navy. And at the beginning of the 1800s, the 19th century, they were pretty gung-ho about trying to find the Northwest Passage that went over North America to the Asian continent. So they were pretty hungry to get all this figured out. They wanted to send an expedition. They sent multiple expeditions, and actually that's what I'll get into in a couple slides later. But these are the main players of the Franklin expedition.
Can you move away from your mic a bit, sorry.
Oh, am I too loud?
Just a smidge. I just want to make sure you sound smooth on the recording.
All right. So we got Sir John Franklin. He was the commander of the expedition, and who the expedition was named after. He's a pretty interesting fella. Really strange guy.
He looks like he eats big.
He did eat big. He definitely ate big. And at the time when he was selected to lead this expedition in 1845, he was 59 years old, which is pretty much the equivalent today of being like 112 years old, you know? So he was pretty delusional. And he's had some previous expeditions, which I'll get into a little later on to further set the stage. But along with him, he had two other commanders, because they took two ships on this expedition, again, which I'll elaborate on a little later. First of who was Francis Crozier. He was the commander of the Terror, one of the ships that was sent on the expedition. He was actually asked to lead the expedition before they asked Sir John Franklin to lead the expedition, and he turned it down, which was quite interesting. But Crozier he'd been on expeditions with Franklin in the past, and some real shady shit happened. The other captain who was leading the expedition was James Fitzjames, who has a pretty interesting upbringing. He was a bastard child, and he spent most of his time in China. He didn't spend any time in the Arctic, which was pretty interesting, considering that John Franklin and Crozier had both spent quite a good deal of their career in the Arctic. So here's the previous expedition. So the most recent from the 1845 Franklin expedition was the Ross expedition, where both of the same ships were used, the Erebus and the Terror. And Francis Crozier, he was on this expedition where he commanded the Terror, which is also the ship that he commanded on the Franklin expedition. But the Ross expedition, okay, proved the existence of Antarctica. I thought that was a previous expedition to find the Northwest Passage. We also have another one, the Mackenzie River expedition, which was commanded by Franklin in the North American Arctic. And this was actually a pretty successful mission for Franklin, because he had suffered a far worse fate on his prior expedition, the Copper Mine expedition of 1819 to 1822, which dubbed Franklin his infamous nickname, the man who ate his own boots, because the expedition went awry, the men had to abandon ship, and they had to conduct an overland journey back to Canada in order to survive. 11 of the people died, and there were accusations of cannibalism. And ultimately, when the men returned, they had talked about how they had to boil their shoes and eat them, which gave Franklin that nickname, the man who ate his own boots. But 30 years later, he was leading the Franklin expedition.
Eat big.
Yeah, he's eating big. He was eating his buddies, eating his boots. Pretty bleak, pretty bleak. Not all too dissimilar to what we're dealing with today, you know, with spirulina and AG1. I think I'd rather eat shoe leather than consume either of those products. All right, so here's our two ships, the HMS Erebus and the HMS Terror, both of which were on prior expeditions to the Arctic. So they were experienced ships when it came to milling about in the Arctic. But they were both built as bomb vessels. So they were built as warships. And they certainly handled like them. They were pretty slow, but they had ample storage. They could fit a lot of men, fit a lot of supplies, all that good stuff. And as I was saying earlier, the HMS Erebus, it was John Franklin's flagship on the 1845 voyage. And the HMS Terror was commanded by Crozier, a ship which he'd commanded in prior expeditions to the Arctic. So it's 1845. There were a lot of technological innovations that the Admiralty had outfitted on both of the ships to increase their chances of finding the Northwest Passage. One of which was a steam-powered engine, which was taken from trains at the time and fitted to both of the boats. So that way they could have an alternative form of propulsion other than just relying on the wind in their sails. They also had diving suits, which was another relatively new technology for the time. And the purpose of the diving suits was, it served mostly two purposes. One of which was to observe the ice from below the ocean, below the surface, so that way they could get a better reading on whether or not they were going to be encountering ice as they journeyed forward. It was also used to get ice unstuck from the propellers from the steam-powered engines. And it was also used for educational and research purposes, because while the main mission was to find the Northwest Passage, they had also brought along quite a number of academics who were going to research the Arctic and ultimately compile their findings when they returned home.
Could you imagine being the poor sucker that has to get in the water in the Antarctic?
Dude, I could not imagine that.
You gotta go shave ice off the steam engine. The water's only
just brutal.
0 degrees.
You couldn't pay me to do that. Pretty horrifying stuff.
I'm going to go ahead and say right off the rip, it sounds absolutely horrifying to go in this shitty technology, knowing that if the ice gets thick, you're just going to fucking get stuck. Like, what was... like, this is a crazy idea.
Actually crazy.
Right?
Yeah. And I love that, back then, to them, these were all sound ideas. They're like, oh, okay, that'll solve the problem of ice getting caught in the propeller. We'll just we'll bring along a diving suit so that way they can get the ice unstuck, and we'll just have to put some poor soul in a diving suit and send them into below freezing water just to unstick the engine, the propeller.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about the big money. So
exactly, it was all about the big money. The Admiralty was looking for a win, and they were trying to do it for as cheap as they could, and that'll play a role in some of the things that happen to the men as we carry along in our journey. But some other technology that was relatively new for the time was canned provisions. Tinning was relatively new, and the Admiralty had commissioned a company to provide over 8,000 tins of preserved food for them to bring on this trip. And, they also brought some piggies and some cows. They brought some other wildlife as well. They brought a monkey, and they brought a cat to catch rats on the ship, and they also brought a dog.
Wait, they brought a cow?
Yeah, they had livestock when they left England.
That's
so
crazy.
disgusting.
Yeah.
I imagine they probably had to sleep somewhere near it that you could smell it down in the hole.
I'm sure they had to, relieve themselves somewhere.
Wait, why did they bring a monkey?
So the monkey has an interesting story, and I didn't include it anywhere.
Moreover, why do pirates always have monkeys?
I don't know why pirates had monkeys, but the monkey.
Maybe you just need a fun little guy when you're out at sea. You just need a fun, happy-go-lucky little creature.
Yeah.
I hate monkeys. I hate punch the monkey. I hate them. I hate gorillas. Awful.
So the monkey that they brought was a gift from Sir John Franklin's wife, Sir Lady Jane Franklin. She had gifted John Franklin a monkey.
I hate monkeys.
Dude, they're into some freaky shit.
Yep. Real wacky. But yeah, so there was 134 men in total. 24.
Were there no women?
No women. 24 were officers, 110 enlisted men, split between the two ships. They were amply provisioned for 3 years, counting their livestock and other rations and the canned food that they also brought. And to put this into perspective, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the time period. The Arctic explorers at the time in the 1840s, they were seen very similar to how people saw the astronauts of the 1950s and 60s. A lot of people viewed the Arctic as this unknown, uncharted territory. So the men that were voyaging out into this territory, they were seen as if they were leaving Earth and going to a totally different planet. And if we want to think about something similar to that today, it would be almost akin to people leaving Earth to go to Mars. So
never gonna happen.
Yeah,
moon landing was fake.
Yeah, moon landing was.
Do you think when they came back in the 1800s with Galapagos turtles and stuff like that, people are just saying, yeah, that there's no way that was fake.
It's an alien. They thought the turtles were aliens.
They should have just said they found the Northwest Passage and went home.
Do you guys think that it's damaging to the human brain that we have nothing cool left to explore?
I do.
For most of human history, there was some kind of cool thing that was waiting for somebody to be crafty enough to figure out or explore, whether it be this or the American West.
I think it'll lead us going stir crazy.
Yeah. This is fascinating. Fascinating idea.
Yeah, it's just like in Minecraft. Once you're done exploring and building everything that you can, there's pretty much no point, and you just start blowing and burning shit. Blowing shit up.
They make new World of Warcraft zones every couple of years, so that keeps me occupied.
You're right.
Yeah, as long as they keep putting out a new Slay the Spire game every couple of years, I think we'll be fine.
Well, I think also that maybe people will look inward and explore the depths of what's possible with things like Neuralink. If you could simulate anything.
You think the median voter will opt for introspection?
I think the median. I don't.
Median.
I think everyone. I don't know. I'm psychotic. I don't know. I think everyone.
Did you guys watch that video I sent you of the guy doing the AI video of the guy doing the Neuralink thing?
No.
Oh.
What is it? I can look it up.
I sent it to you in the text chat. I don't know how we'd bring it up here.
You can send it in the disc, and I can bring it up.
Okay,
if you
be a slight detour, but I'll send it.
But yeah, that's how I want to equate the Franklin expedition.
I see you have it says Argonauts. Is that a reference to the Argonautica? Or is that what they were called is that what they were called at the time?
Well, yeah, Argonauts, I believe the definition was like voyagers of the sea, something to that sort, just like astronaut is explorer of space.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were Argonauts.
It would be interesting to live in a time where there was something to explore. I don't know if that would do this, but
you just do Neuralink like this guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I did watch this.
Would you guys get Neuralink?
So what's on the chip today then?
No, dude, this looks fucking evil.
Sensation replay?
No. Something bigger.
I'd
Run
maybe
me one
get
of them Samsara Sims.
Is this real or AI?
Aye, that's the one.
It's
Me and her.
AI.
Every lifetime, every world. We were meant to be in every one of them.
All right, lad, you know these spools are just projections, eh? It ain't actual history you're seeing. You don't know that. Yeah, what do I know? I only sell the things. Who's to say the spool isn't tapping into something real? Something in the soul stem? Like an echo? Real. These spool are a lot of things, but...
Come on, Doc. Haven't you ever been in love?
I've been busy.
That's a no then.
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Hi.
Do I know you?
I think
This is
I've
like
been
Cloud
waiting
Atlas.
for you my whole life.
Will you dance with me tonight?
What are the odds of finding someone like you at this exact place in the universe?
Don't ask the universe the things it can't explain.
Jesus.
Dude, this is so fucked.
How do you know you're not in the Neuralink right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, very well.
How would you prove that?
Will love you until the end of time.
We found each other.
Oh my
Again and
God.
again.
Listen, mate.
Don't tell me it's projections.
Yeah, but...
I don't care what the spool reads. I know what I saw.
Right.
She's the one, Doc. Always has been. 1,000 lifetimes. Every time.
That's crazy. Also, it's getting to the point where this is almost as good as an actual movie.
It's gonna be so epic when I can.
It could have fooled me.
It's gonna be epic when I prompt the Iliad and we get a proper adaptation.
Jesus.
I mean, a director's going to be obsolete.
We'll be able to make our own video game in a year or two, probably.
I mean, that was almost cinema quality.
Yeah, the first few seconds, I honestly couldn't tell that it was AI.
That's as bad as it's ever going to be. And you now have Claude researching how to improve itself, running 20 agents a day. I think the progress is going to go like that. It's on another level. Let's continue.
All right, so here's where we turn to the game created by AI, The Lost Passage. And before we jump into the game,
they just made this whole game for you.
Yeah.
What did you use? Did you use Claude or GPT?
No, GPT, because I had 5.4 from my subscription.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good. Should try Claude though. I'm paying for Claude and GPT and all of these subscriptions.
Before you gentlemen venture forth, and I'm just serving as kind of the narrator and button clicker. This is up to you three gentlemen to set up for the Lost Passage and find the Northwest Passage over North America. This is all up to you guys. So you just tell me what to click. But before we jump in, does anyone have any questions or any juicy morsels that they want to chew on?
No, I don't think so. I'm ready to jump in.
Does the Northwest Passage actually exist?
Oh, it do exist.
Really?
It do. It really do.
Can you actually, Dante, can you expand the zoom a little bit?
Let me see.
Just go up to the three dots on your browser settings and just take it from 100 to like 90. Oh, the other
90?
Yeah.
Why, it's too close for you? Huh?
For some reason I can't see the buttons on the bottom in my view.
Oh, you can't?
Or what are you on?
I can.
What the fuck?
What's wrong with you, Taylor? What happened?
Sweet baby Tay. Well, while Taylor figures that out, I want to ask, do you know anything about the profile of the men that joined this expedition? Because this seems sort of like a suicide.
Oh, wait, no, I figured it out. I'm retarded. Okay.
Jesus. The profile of the men. Let's see.
Were they just thinking, fuck it, I don't care what happens?
Well, I mean, in the 1840s, you really didn't have a choice. If the Admiralty told you to go, you were pretty much going.
Also,
so were they
then you could just die a lot easier from stuff.
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, think about if you were a westward settler, you could just get murked by Indians or something. It was just a lot easier to die of random stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get murked back in those times.
All right.
Oh, show. But a lot of them were, and actually they have the whole manifest of all of the men that went on this journey as well. So if you're curious, we could detour and take a look at that.
We could look at we just go into the game. Maybe I can look at it later. I don't want.
All right, gentlemen. It's London, 1845. The Admiralty means to force a way through the last white vacancy upon the map. Sir John Franklin will sail with HMS Erebus and HMS Terror in search of the Northwest Passage, and you are called to settle the expedition's final arrangements before the ships stand out for the Arctic seas. The undertaking is noble, expensive, and uncertain. Men speak of glory. Maps lie upon tables like promises. Beyond them waits the ice. Okay, gentlemen. Well, I don't even know how you say that word. AI came up with it. The victualling? Victualling?
That's a crazy word.
The victualling table. A chamber in Whitehall smells of sealing wax, damp wool, and lamp oil. Beneath the windows, the papers of the expedition lie in ordered drifts. Manifests, requisition, rates of pay, tables of preserved meat, tea, chocolate, lemon juice, tobacco, and flour. Sir John Franklin is all gravity and confidence. Crozier says little. The clerks look most closely at the sums. Space is not endless. Weight is not forgiving. You are granted one principal indulgence in the matter of provisions. What will you choose? Will you bring extra tinned provisions? Include extra live cattle on your expedition, or take extra milled grain and flour? Which will it be?
More cows.
More cowbell.
It kind of feels a bit sadistic to bring more cows. The poor guys below deck it'll just increase the smell.
I'm mostly joking. It's a crazy idea to bring more cows.
I like the tin.
Yeah, I think
More
tin's
tins?
probably our best safest bet.
It seems safe. I don't know what is the better nutrient profile though. The tin
Well,
stuff.
the tins you could put protein,
Probably the cattle.
sardines and stuff in there.
If you're lifting weights and stuff, you probably need more meat.
Because the cow you're gonna have to feed. The tins are just.
I mean, the tins are way more efficient. I don't know why you'd bring a single cow.
The cow seems more like a morale thing, so the guys can have milk and stuff.
But it seems like it'd be more morale at first, but then would just get really depressing when you have this cow.
Yeah,
and you have to
kill it.
Yeah, do you really want to send them with cow and milk, and then the cow dies and is used?
Well, yeah, it's something to take away
there's no
at the
more
end.
milk.
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but that's only for like the first couple months, if you're lucky.
It's crazy.
Also, what are you
to bring
doing with
cows.
this flour? You can make you can make bread on a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
You don't think you can make
They
bread
have
on a ship?
kitchens. They have kitchens and stoves.
There's ovens.
Yes.
Do you even need an
So
oven
they're-
to make bread? You just need a heat, right?
You could put it on a pan, and it would just
Wouldn't an oven catch a wooden ship on fire?
I mean, this would be really
don't need an
shitty
oven.
bread, but it's bread nonetheless.
So
This is the classic
you put a
Minecraft
stone
issue.
kiln. You put a stone kiln on a ship and fire it at 400 degrees. That
I mean,
sounds
they
like a
have
recipe
some
for
way of
disaster.
cooking.
Yeah, if they're bringing live cattle, they're gonna need a way to cook the meat.
Wait, how do they cook on a ship made of wood?
Surely you could you could set up a burner or something.
This
You
is
need
the
a
classic Minecraft issue of putting a
Yeah, hold on.
fireplace
Can we
in
take
a
a
house
quick
made of wood.
detour? Can we take a
going
quick
on
detour
Twitter.
and see how they would cook on a ship?
Sure. How did they cook on ships?
Oh, you're not the first person to ask this question.
Yeah, in the 1800s, ships cooking relied on iron galley stoves
See?
or brick hearths.
Extreme fire risks on wooden ships.
They were often bolted down, surrounded by sand-filled boxes for insulation, and extinguished during storms or combat.
That video shows what it was like for sailors to cook.
The Viking
AI
in a
generated.
parka.
What did they use?
A
They
giant
had
oven surrounded by sand.
iron
Oh,
galley
that's clever.
ovens.
Did
That
as
just
a
sounds
detour
like such
within
a
a
hazard.
detour? Did you guys see that Peter Thiel has invested $2 billion in collars that control cattle?
Really?
Like, are we the cattle, or are you talking about cattle?
Well, no,
cattle?
like literal cattle. But I think the thing people are saying is that it might be extended to humans.
Hmm.
Virtual fencing.
Non-invasive
Yep,
monitoring.
you're gonna be wearing this 5 years.
I mean, you already have that in your pocket.
But I'm imagining this is something that will actually send a signal to you to discourage you from going outside of the boundary.
Again, you already have it in your pocket.
My phone can't make me not go somewhere, though.
It encourages you to not.
It definitely does. You're right about that.
Algorithm.
But I'm saying this could literally shock you if you go outside of your pod.
Oh, shit, guys! Sorry, I gotta go. My collar just buzzed. I need to spend my entire paycheck on DraftKings Sportsbook and then eat a bunch of processed food.
But that literally is your phone because you get the DraftKings notification and the Uber Eats notification.
You're right.
Yeah, it's really not
the
that
Pavlovian.
They might just. I mean, this is just a more hard power version.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Because you got to think they got to optimize the algorithm to get your phone to do this. What if they could literally just buzz you to the bar?
Not the Apple Watch.
Jesus. Ooh.
Would you guys prefer to be killed by a drone or the melty ray? What do you think's better?
The drone for sure.
The drone.
I want my body to explode in an instant.
Yeah.
I'd actually prefer to be killed by a drone wielding a katana or something epic. it would feel a little sad to just go out from a bullet.
All right, well, so A for the smell, B for the utility, C for the fire risk. I'm saying tint provisions.
I think tin provisions is the right way to go.
2 for tins. Nick, what do you say?
I'm not gonna vote.
Okay.
I
Tins
know
it
too
is.
much. I know too much.
Order entered. Additional tins.
It's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, this is neat.
The matter of
wait,
stores.
I didn't see that there was a crew morale bar. Should we describe the bars for the audio listeners?
I don't know if we're gonna even upload this for audio listeners, but you can.
What?
What do you think? What? Well, I mean, do you think audio listeners will be able to follow along, or should we just upload a YouTube? Okay, describe it.
I don't know. That is a good point.
Like I'm thinking maybe just upload it on YouTube. I don't know.
For sure.
It's
so we've got a couple different
quick descriptions for audio listeners because I don't know.
We got a couple different trackers going on here. We got a listing of the prior decisions you've made that can affect the journey. And we've got a state of the expedition bars where it'll tally the number of men remaining, the overall health of the crew and journey, the provisions remaining, the crew morale, and the chance of success. Now on to the next decision for you, mateys.
Can I also ask before we go on? Did they not bring a horse?
I don't think they brought a horse.
I feel like if you're willing to, I think if you're willing to bring a cow, you should bring a horse instead. Because, well, imagine the ship gets stuck, and you could take the horse.
That's honestly not a bad idea. I don't think that they did bring a horse though.
When the horse,
the horse made
cold.
Should have brought a tauntaun.
You're gonna die if you get cold. So, but you'd at least have the chance of riding the horse away.
Well, a horse can't put on a jacket.
So just one person gets to ride away on the horse.
Well, but think about it. One person rides the horse
on horses.
I think they do.
You can get horse armor in Minecraft.
Yeah, but in cold places, do they put jackets on horses?
I feel that I have
Mongolia or Siberia.
I feel that I have seen horses with that jacket.
Seen a horse jacket.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy. I actually really like
Balenciaga horse jackets.
I really like these. Look up the Knight Rider or whatever. Whoa, man, please. I really like the
horse
the
pants.
Riders.
People also search for Jimmy Kimmel.
No, you remember the Knight Riders or whatever they're called in Elden Ring? They're the horses with the full cover on them.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah. Definitely would need some horse. Whoa, that's innovative.
Damn.
Pretty cool.
Hey, look at the one with the striped shirt on.
That's
a bad horsey.
That's tripped out. That is tripped out.
It's a referee. I thought it was a prisoner. All right. You have another choice to make before you set sail. The schedule is set before you: powder, blasting charges, coal, patent fuel, physic, lint, lancets, laudanum. I don't even know what half this shit is.
Wondrous physics.
The Arctic grants few corrections once a want is discovered. One excess must stand in place of 3 imagined necessities. What will you take? Take extra explosives and blasting charges? Take extra fuel for the steam engines? Or take extra medicine and surgical stores?
I feel like wenches should be an option here.
Well, I don't.
Kitchen wenches.
Explosives just sound dumb because if you use it once to blow up a piece of ice, isn't the next piece of ice just gonna?
Yeah. It seems you'd need a lot of explosives to make that worth it. So, but all of these seem. I don't know. Maybe I'd lean towards medicine in case.
I think I would lean towards medicine.
The crew might be your most valuable resource. I mean, if the ship gets stuck, more fuel might not help.
Just to clarify on the steam engines, if they power up the steam engine, does that turn the ship into like an ice break?
That's for you
That's
to
what
find
I was
out.
wondering.
They haven't tested these. These engines haven't been tested against the ice.
To Nick's point, I don't know what I don't know what extra fuel would do for you if you're stuck.
Yeah,
I mean, think about static friction too. If something's completely stuck, it's harder to push it to move than if it's already moving. So if you get completely stuck and then turn on a steam engine, it's probably not going to really do much. But you could probably ride it out more if you have medical supplies.
True.
So that might be
I think medicine's the way.
I think wenches though would be a good fourth option.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
for
I'd do is
morale
kill
at the very
ladies.
least.
Yeah.
Extra medicine has been selected. Very nice, very nice. Continue on. Fittings, contrivances, and improvements. There remains one final question of apparatus. The ships are already stoutly built and heavily altered for service in ice, yet every improvement asks a sacrifice elsewhere. Something must be emphasized beyond the ordinary provision. Will you commission an improved steam arrangement? Take diver's gear and extra underwater apparati? Or strengthen the hull and ice protections?
You guys have made me really sour on the steam engine, so I'm thinking not the first one.
You don't want a better steam engine?
Yeah, I agree.
And the diver's gear, again, I feel if you stick a guy in the water, he's not going to be able to warm up when he comes out, and I feel you're throwing a guy to their death every time you.
I think the diving gear is more. It's like the diving suit from SpongeBob. Probably it's probably pretty safe. So what advantage would this diver suit have over the ones they already have?
Oh my god. Look at the second one.
Oh god. Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying.
Did you guys ever play BioShock? There's something very interesting about.
Yeah, they look like big daddies.
Travis, did you ever play BioShock?
Briefly.
Okay.
I didn't play through.
Really horrifying.
Bigger boot.
I don't know what an extra diving suit would do. Maybe if they have more issues.
The strength and hull seems like it would be good if you were to just randomly hit an iceberg or something that could save us from sinking.
I would maybe strengthen the
hull. I'm with the hull.
All right. Strengthen the hull it is. Additional reinforcement. A final appointment. One more special appointment may be pressed through before sailing. The service has no lack of brave men. Bravery is not the scarce commodity. Expertise in these few hours of clerical mercy is dearer. Who will you bring? Will you secure the services of a better doctor? Bring a navigator of uncommon skill? Or bring a chef able to husband stores and hearten men? There's your kitchen wench.
I'm imagining the doctor is Tom Hanks from Cloud Atlas.
Just an evil, sour man.
My take is that if we get lost, we're completely and utterly screwed.
I mean, all you need is a compass. Like, what are they going to do? It's just ice.
Well, actually, since you're that close to the North Pole, you can't rely on magnetic compasses.
What? But you have the stars, surely.
True, you do have the stars, but if you're in the midst of a blizzard, there's no navigating through that without.
But could a navigator figure that out?
Is navigation such a skill that being in somewhere truly unknown, like that skill, is helpful? I would assume a good navigator is kind of relying on the information being already somewhat known.
Maybe he's a star augur, can see prophecy.
True. This is unnavigated territory.
I don't think we've done much for the men. I would maybe get the cook.
But what's the chef going to be able to do with our canned food?
We have a cow, though.
He can hearten the men.
I thought we didn't take the cow. I thought we took
There's-
the canned food.
They might be catching fresh fish, too, though. You don't know. I don't know. Maybe
Much
a doc.
to
Maybe we
consider,
should
much to
medical.
consider.
Maybe we
The
should
doctor-
medical packs. We already have extra
Yeah,
medical
the-
supplies.
We double down on the strength.
We could
Doctor?
The navigator feels. Imagine you
All right,
bring an
well-
expert
all right, well,
navigator and he comes up on the deck and he's like, I have no idea.
Well, when we get lost, don't blame me. That's all I'm
Well,
going to say.
wait. So what are our votes? Let's all vote. I vote
navigator, but I think I'm in the
No.
minority.
I don't know.
Trav is navigator. Taylor, it sounds like
I'm going with
If
doctor.
this I think my vote's doctor. Unless this navigator can tap into something
Yeah.
greater than himself.
Unless he's clairvoyant, I don't see how it's going to help if there's a fucking blizzard.
all right, doctor. All in agreement.
Doctor wins it.
Yeah.
Appointment confirmed. Surgeon of marked ability. Very well. Before the Lords of the Admiralty, a plan is carried into a higher room. Uniforms, ribbons, and polite impatience surround the table. One lord praises enterprise. Another cautions against extravagance. Franklin defends the necessity of preparation with an old seaman's dignity. Crozier watches the faces more than the papers. Because you have asked especially for more preserved food, a particular pressure is now brought to bear. Sir John is patient. The clerks are not. The Admiralty strongly prefers the cheaper contractor, Stephen Goldner, who promises speed, quantity, and obedience. But there is talk of saving the public purse for engines, fittings, and prestige. A compromise is demanded before the sailing orders are issued. Do you accept the Admiralty's preferred cheap tinned food contractor and preserve the rest of the budget? Or refuse the Admiralty's contractor and insist upon better quality, though some other part of the plan may be cut back? What's your choice,
So this
gentlemen?
is like how we use our political capital,
Stephen Goldner.
sort of.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not fucking
So-
around with food. I don't know.
I think
about
we
you
should
Yeah.
spend
guys.
it all on Iran.
I feel this is a tough one to cut corners on. So I would vote on insisting upon better quality.
Better quality.
That's where I'm at too.
I don't know. I'll defer to you guys.
All right,
I
better
I like eating big and good. So
Yeah,
Better-
eating big.
eat big.
Got to keep the guys happy.
Approval under constraint. You carry the point on quality and offend the purse in doing so. The contractor preferred by the Admiralty is set aside. There is coolness in the room when the final papers are gathered, and an instance that something that must therefore be diminished. The economies bite into the medical abundance, not enough to scandalize, but enough that the surgeon notices the omission. The expedition sails with better conscience in one respect and less latitude in another.
you know what you could do also is if we make more games like this, it would be kind of fun if there was a button you could hit and it would be like the Baldur's Gate narrator.
That would be cool. All right. So you're all ready to set off.
Hmm?
You're all ready to set off on the expedition. Are you gentlemen ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Yes.
I'm ready.
The expedition has crossed into the northern world and lies off Greenland in the deceptive season when the sun lingers and the cold pretends moderation. Casks are shifted, letters sent home, minor defects repaired, and live beasts slaughtered if any remain. Beyond this point, the ships pass out of ordinary correction. There is still a final question of spirit. The officers ask whether the men ought to be worked hard to readiness or granted some measure of ease while there is yet sure light and memory of England. Will you press the crews into rigorous drill and preparation, or allow the men some liberty and gentler interval before the ice?
I think
This is a tough call.
I think discipline on this mission is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Defer to the
I think we
military,
need to
man.
lay down the law, especially since a lot of these guys are probably freaking scoundrels.
Yeah, a lot of Cretans.
Yeah, I'm with you, Trev. I think it could bite us on the morale end, but we did get them good food, so I think we're good to chip away a little bit.
I'll defer to the captain.
Rigorous drill and preparation it is.
Yeah.
Aye, aye.
Ooh.
A sharper routine. The watches are kept close, stores checked and rechecked, boat crews exercised, fittings examined until complaint grows habitual. Some among the men resent being denied a final softness before the great uncertainty, yet the ships acquire a more exact pulse. The expedition moves north, better ordered, if not more loved.
Oh, that really ate into our chance of success.
They're all alive, though. They're all alive. It's
Oh
fine.
my! Wait, one of them already died.
One's dead. Uh-oh.
That's great.
The white openings of Baffin Bay.
How are we cooked?
The ice appears first as inconvenience, then as country. Lanes open and close in the same day. Masts ring with cold. The men speak lower when they sight a navigable lead, as if the noise itself might cause it to freeze. The charts become conjectural. Each lead and landmark seems to promise more certainty than it yields. A doubtful opening presents itself, a narrow passage that may save weeks if it holds, or delay the expedition dangerously if it shuts. What will you do? Drive boldly into the narrow lead, or hold back and sound patiently before committing the ships?
What does sound patiently mean? Would we still go down it anyway, or what is the?
No, just take on the pre-charted course instead of the new opening in the narrow lead.
I would maybe stay on course. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I think this will slow us down, but again, we invested in provisions, so I think we're fine slowing down.
Slow and steady, she blows. Progress by caution. The pace slackens. Soundings are repeated. Ice observed, and the officers mutter at opportunities allowed to pass. Yet the ships are not hurried into the trap of your own choosing. There is some disappointment, but also fewer shocks and less disorder. In the Arctic, prudence can resemble timidity until the day it does not.
Oh,
Figures upon the ice. Here, I'll
we
keep
lost
this in
we
view.
lost some more bodies.
Indeed, you did.
Maybe we could recruit these people.
Near the margin of the floes, where broken water carries seal and the air is full of distant cracking, the expedition encounters a small party of Inuit. They observe the ships with the grave reserve of those who have no reason to be impressed by varnished wood or brass. Though signs, fragments of exchange, and patient mimicry, some commerce appears possible. The officers differ at once. One urges fairness and gifts, others fear dependence, a third distrusts what he does not understand. What will you do? Approach peaceably, offer trade goods, and attempt friendly exchange? Or keep distance, observe them, and decline deeper contact? Or seize what can be taken and drive them off by force?
I think the potential for knowledge gain could be huge.
They might know what's going on. I would maybe go with that one.
Yeah,
they might know which way we should go.
Wise. Very wise.
Well, that blasted our chance of success up.
Oh, Indeed it did. Knives, needles, and other goods are exchanged for fresh meat and signs toward the habits of the ice. The meeting remains cautious but not hostile. Some of your men marvel at the composure of people so utterly fitted to this place. A small increase in fresh food improves spirits. More importantly, the expedition leaves behind it not fear but a memory that may one day return in altered form. The first winter
This
is
image
set.
does not look good.
No, it does
looks
not.
horrible.
Oh, dear.
Chad, I think we're cooked.
The channels fail one by one. It's winter 1845. Pressure mounts against the hulls in groans that travel through timber into bone. By degrees, the ships cease to be vessels moving through the Arctic and become houses embedded within it. Winter closes like a shutter. Nothing beyond ordinary means was laid in against such imprisonment, and several men mutter that London ought to have imagined this very case. The officers ask whether to make a strenuous attempt to free the ships at once, or husband effort and settle into winter quarters. Will you attempt to break the ships loose while there is still strength enough for it, or cease violent effort and establish winter routine aboard both ships? What will it be?
I mean, if we're going to be cooked and stuck here pretty much in the same general area, I don't see what the point of fighting the inevitable to get a few more miles would be.
Yeah, I feel even if we break up the ice a bit, we're just going to probably get stuck again.
We could also damage the ship trying to do it.
True.
I mean, we have a lot of provisions remaining. We have about 90%.
Yeah,
Looks like.
I like our odds on not taking too many risks here.
I mean, we said
agree.
we brought 3 years worth of food, so we should be able to last the winter, right?
Yeah.
Indeed.
I say we say.
Yeah, let's just
cease violent effort. It is.
Yeah.
Winter quarters established. The men are set to the grim domesticity of an Arctic winter. Stoves, inspection, schoolbooks, prayers, entertainments, charts, and the eternal scraping of frost. By declining an early struggle, you preserve strength through the cost of initiative. The ice around you settles deeper into ownership. The ships survive the season, but they do not move.
What are we going to do all winter?
Jerk off.
Play the Spire. Do these guys have Slay the Spire?
How are we getting sick? We're on a boat in the middle of the ocean or the ice.
Sick list.
At least we have a doctor. We have a goated doctor.
The guys keep dying though. I don't know what we're doing with the bodies. If we're just keeping them with the cows, somebody's gonna get sick.
Whatever name should govern the malady, scurvy, debility, tainted provisions, some compound of confinement and preserved diet, the effect is plain enough in flesh and temper. Your chosen doctor notices troubling patterns before the officers are prepared to hear them. Tenderness of the gums, peculiar weakness, bowel disorder, a heaviness in the limbs out of proportion to labor. The expedition must choose how openly to confront the sickness. Will you institute strict medical inspection, altered rations, and light duty for the weakest, or minimize alarm and maintain routine, treating only the obviously disabled?
I think it's got to be one. Two sound.
Gotta be the first one.
Two's horrible. Gonna kill us all.
There's no alarm. Everything is fine.
It's like COVID all over again.
We're gonna stop the spread in 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah, 2 weeks to cross them. Did you guys see the meme where it was two weeks to open the strait?
No. All right. Strict medical inspection it is. The illness is named by its effects. The sickbay grows busier, the illusion of ordinary health is abandoned, the doctor's earlier vigilance helps distinguish mere complaint from true danger, and some men are saved days of needless decline. The additional medical stores you chose in London permit a fuller response, though medicine here delays much more often than it cures.
Ooh,
your food is untrustworthy. It's before the second winter of 1846.
This thing we brought extra tins, right, Travis? Doofus.
When the tins are opened in quantity, too many prove foul, thinly soldered, ill-sealed, or corrupt. In taste and smell, men starve at the mess with outrage. The contractor, praised in London for economy and speed, has paid his duty in appearance rather than in soundness.
I thought we declined the contractor.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
This is unfair. We chose.
This is unfair.
You rejected the admiral. Yeah, you rejected the Admiralty's contractor. GPT messed up.
Whatever.
That's all right. It's all right.
We can do it. We can do it anyway.
Here, wait a second.
Ah, jeez, dude.
The galley becomes a theater of suspicion. Men sniff before they swallow. Rations can no longer be thought of as mere quantity. Quality is entered the account with a vindictive face. I'm going to eat the bollocks out of GPT later.
How fast do you think you could fix it if we took a break? Do you think it's too?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's
well,
fine.
I'm just assuming. Let's just assume we have.
Some things just don't go right.
I mean, you still have pretty ample provisions.
Whatever.
I feel like it would have gone down more.
Of the provisions, I'm saying I'm retroactively fixing. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, or you can flip the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave a bad review on Steam, but otherwise,
that's fine. We can make it regardless.
So what do? Cut the rations at once and preserve the soundest stores, or maintain fuller issues and trust that hunting and relief of the ice will amend matters later?
Absolutely not. That sounds horrible. All this kick the can down the road stuff is just no good.
Yeah, cut them, I guess.
Cut the rations.
Yeah.
Morale's about to take a fucking.
Let's see what happens.
Dip.
Oh, baby, ooh, wages. Man, the wages meth in my diaper. Big money.
What's up, Tay?
I was just gonna say, you guys would all be very proud of me. I've significantly cut back my coffee intake with one simple fix.
What'd you do?
What'd you do?
I wait at least an hour after I wake up to have my first cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's smart.
I'm down to a cup or two a day.
That's
something that always will live rent-free in my head is when we were in Nashville and we went to that Starbucks and you got 5 shots of espresso on ice.
Jesus.
Lady looked at me like I was insane.
I mean,
that is
we're kind of insane for that. It's like 600 milligrams of caffeine.
Dude, my cousin says he drinks the equivalent of 20 cups of coffee a day in energy drinks.
That's crazy.
Wow.
You got to live big,
Guess so. Well,
all right,
I think we decided we were preserving the stores at the expense of crew morale, but we have to do what's right for them.
Cut the rations.
Yep.
All right. Yep. We're recording, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, little baby.
No boss, baby.
Ooh. This, guys.
I don't even. GPT rigged the game. I don't know.
The reduced ration is received with bitterness, yet the purser's our arithmetic becomes slightly less hopeless.
Can you move?
This is going to benefit us later, because if we had done that, we would have there would have been a point where we just completely run out of food.
Yeah,
they would have had AI psychosis.
A better hand in the galley may have turned thrift into something near dignity.
ChatGPT, you didn't even give us the right.
You fucker.
Claude wouldn't have done this.
The spirits of men. Months of confinement rot the temper faster than oakum. What is oakum?
Wait, Dante, move away from your mic a little bit. You're still a little bit loud.
Sorry.
You're forgiven.
A durable natural fiber material?
It's like a little rope string thing.
Whatever, ChatGPT.
Seriously.
Claude.
Cards produce quarrels, lectures, and theatricals no longer wholly distract Men watch officers for signs that they do not mean to display. The cooks can do little beyond boil, divide, and apologize. You must decide how to answer the decline in morale. Will you permit a deliberate program of comforts, entertainments, and better cookery where possible?
No.
Or answer discontent with harsher discipline and stern example?
Guys, our morale is really low.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Option one is like what my job's doing right now, where after all these layoffs, we're going to have a corporate retreat or something, or a fun team outing. So
wow,
you're basically saying, hey guys, I know we ruined everything, but let's have mandatory fun now. I've strongly opposed this option, but I'd be open to alternative perspectives.
See, I guess my if we click the second option, does it help us in any way?
Well, here's the thing. Despite these three of these bars being yellow, we still are all alive and healthy for the most part. So I think our stern options and not kicking the can down the road and not being lax, while it's costing us some things, I think it really is. I mean, it's keeping people alive and healthy.
Yes.
And I just worry that if we slacken as time goes on and food really starts to run out, there could be mutinies, things like that.
So you're cruel to be kind.
Yeah.
Imagine you just, all the food is ruined, and then you say, hey everyone, we're gonna do some icebreakers.
Yeah.
Guys, let's do some. Let's throw this in. Let's do some icebreakers right now. Dante, tell me one crazy fact about you.
Yeah, tell me 2 truths and a lie.
True. I'm gay. I'm retarded.
I'm gay. I'm retarded, and we've been to the moon as a species.
I'm gay. I have sex with men, and I have a boyfriend. That's my 2 truths and a lie.
What if you were?
That's a lot of jerking off.
I'm gay was the lie. You're actually a straight man.
I just have a boyfriend who I have sex with.
It's a straight man that has a boyfriend.
I think we need to just lay down the fucking law and people respect us.
What are they gonna do? There's nowhere to go.
What are they gonna do? Walk off into the ice?
Yeah, they're gonna quit.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Fuck them. Stern example.
All right.
It's gonna turn red, but that's okay.
I dropped a little bit, but
wait, do you guys remember Silent Lunch?
Yeah. We literally just did silent lunch.
So this is legendary South Jersey lore. But when we were in intermediate school, we were referred to as the worst generation of students to ever pass through this school system. So we had to do silent lunch because we were too loud at lunch. We'd have to sit boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl against people we weren't really friends with and not talk at all during lunch.
And then
we actually live in hell.
And then if you spoke up and laughed or did anything, they stood you up and had you face the wall.
Yeah. Like you're about to get executed.
Oh my god. A fate worse than death.
There's so many things we take for granted that were horrible, but we just accepted.
Do you remember how some people would bring notebooks and write messages to each other during silent lunch?
Not that specifically, but I could see that. I remember someone asked me, why did I was eating tomato pie, and one kid asked me, hey, why does your pizza not have cheese on it? And I said, oh, it's tomato pie. And then one teacher, like a hawk, just was over my shoulder and just stood me up against the wall like a POW.
Remember when Antonio Swift body checked that James? Remember when that? Okay, well, you can bleep it out. But remember when that kid body checked the 7-year-old janitor and his skull bounced off the linoleum floor?
Holy shit!
Maybe we were the worst generation that ever came through Ocean City Intermediate School.
That's insane.
That was crazy.
All right, well, we did silent
Holy
lunch.
shit.
Our morale, I don't want to take credit for this, but the morale really didn't go down. I think they're
they're fucking they're at work.
Yeah, they respect our hardness, I think.
Like
too.
I've said before, if people are laughing while they're making your food, you're going to be poisoned. So,
Oh, look what happened. Sir John Franklin fails. The old admiral, who had borne himself with fixed and almost ceremonial confidence, declines and dies. Whether age, accumulated weariness, weakness, disease, or the whole Arctic burden has done the work hardly matters to the men standing in the cramped silence of the cabin. A presence assumed permanent has gone out of the expedition. Command must now be embodied more openly to Francis Crozier and the surviving officers. The death will be interpreted by the crews as you allow it to be interpreted.
Can I suggest an option?
Yeah, what will you do? What?
We should replace him with an AI.
Yeah,
Claude.
the videos of Franklin.
Yeah, his sleeve can magically pop in. Yeah, I mean, we should just do the Tel Aviv strategy. Announced his death formally or conceal the... Well, yeah, all these kick the can down the road options seem horrible. I feel like we should announce it, but that'll definitely tank morale. So I think the tanking morale would be even worse if we conceal it.
I think we just need to continue to be straight up, sturdy leadership. Because if we start hiding stuff, they're gonna not trust us anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't really see any. Also, it's not like we're not on two ships and there's 100 people. I think they'll notice. I think they'll notice pretty quick that he's dead.
Yeah, 100 people's not very many.
Yeah. I feel like we should just get it over with.
Yeah. I think we should just stick to our guns of being stern.
All right. Ooh.
Oh,
command passes. The officers gather the men, and the fact is stated plainly. Grief runs through both ships, yet so too does a certain hardening. Crozier, who has always understood more of the country than the speeches made about it, now bears the responsibility without ornament. The expedition is no longer Franklin's in name, though his shadow remains in every calculation.
You know, I don't know if this is intentional, but I feel like every single decision, there's been like no positive outcome. Maybe this could be good. This could be good. We were friendly last time.
Yeah, second meeting in the diminished year.
Yeah.
The expedition is approached with caution, yet not without recognition. Earlier fairness has not been forgotten entirely. Game is scarcer near the ships than the officers had hoped. Knowledge of routes, animals, weather, and country might be had through cooperation, if cooperation can still be contrived. What will you do? Seek aid? Attempt to seize what is needed? Or withdraw and rely only upon the ships and hunting parties?
I think we got to go with the first one.
I think we got to do whatever is going to increase morale.
What would that be? What if the men are yearning for blood and want to?
I don't think we should kill them. I think that's going to turn the men into killers, and they're going to become
once
evil
they taste a little
already in a dark place.
Mm.
I definitely don't think we should do the third one.
I feel like
that seems.
Yeah, seek aid.
My
offer
vote's the first
generous
one.
trade. I mean, we were nice to them last time, so I think we'll be able to be good here.
Maybe we should just double down.
Do it. All right, it all went up a little bit, Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. Chat, I think we're cooked. Chat.
Hunting parties go out over the ice to watch seal holes and search for game. The work is cold, patient, and uncertain. Then
Look
a
at the
polar bear
morale.
comes upon the men in a fury of muscle and breath, drawn by blood and smell. Here, as ever, the expedition is both hunter and meat. The nearest party can either stand and fight or fall back and abandon some of what it has taken. Will you stand and kill the bear if possible, or retreat in order and save the wounded first?
We have laid down nothing but discipline so far. I believe we should stand and fight.
I think we should stand and fight. We also get the benefit of
handle the loss.
We get the benefit of eating the bear if we kill it too.
We can eat the bear, and if we lose crew members, it's fewer mouths to feed.
True.
Wait,
let's just hope this bear doesn't take down like 25 guys.
What does ChatGPT think is going to be? What does ChatGPT think morale is going to be better with?
Killing the bear would be crazy.
Killing the bear for sure.
All right,
killing the bear. Could you imagine the high of killing a murderous animal like a polar bear?
Did you guys realize how big a polar bear is? It's like a
pretty massive.
Beast. It's like a mythic beast. Do it.
All right, kill the bear.
Wait. Oh.
The bear is killed after a savage struggle that leaves blood bright upon the snow. One man is mauled, another narrowly escapes worse. Yet meat and fat are brought back, and the story of the encounter circulates like strong drink through the ships.
I think this was an absolute victory. We only lost one guy, and we got a whole bear's worth of meat and fat.
That's a lot of meat.
How is our chance of success so low when we have more than half of our provisions left and our health is decent and we have almost everybody alive?
Maybe the next slide is violent revolt.
Let's see.
No.
It's the second winter, 1847 and 1848. The ice for a second year. The ships do not free themselves in the summer. Another winter gathers, and with the full comprehension of captivity, Jesus Christ. Timber creaks. Men fail in larger numbers. Boots, blankets, and charts all seem to have been designed for a different planet. The officers now face the question, which once felt unutterable, whether to remain aboard and trust to one more season, or prepare the men in earnest for abandonment if the occasion must come. What will it be? Prepare openly for the possibility of abandoning ship, or forbid defeatist preparations and hold to the ship as long as possible?
I mean, our health and provisions are decent.
Yeah, I'm with biding our time here.
Yeah, I think stick it out.
I mean, it's already been it's been over a year, and we're like a third of the way through our health and provision. So I think we could last another winter.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. Forbid defeatist preparations and hold to the ships as long as possible.
We can always find another bear to kill.
I'm trying to think of what I should do here in terms of okay, we'll do this.
Hope enforced.
Hope enforced by command. The order is obeyed, though many hear it not. I can't fucking talk today.
You need the Baldur's Gate narrator.
Yeah, though many hear it not confidence but refusal. Men continue to mend, nurse, ration, and endure in cabins that feel smaller every week. By denying the prospect of abandonment, you retain a formal cohesion. But time in the Arctic is a creditor that compounds its claims. Discipline at the edge of famine.
Oh, God.
Steward thefts, hoarding, hidden resentments, and the first blunt accusations of favoritism pass between messes. A crew is not a single body now, but many small republics of hunger forced under one command. A choice is demanded in the handling of offenders. Punish examples publicly and preserve hierarchy at all costs, or temper punishment with mercy and try to keep the crews unified.
I feel like we've kicked this morale problem down the road maybe long enough.
Well,
i.e.,
do you think
maybe we need to
morale
be
can go
kinder.
any lower?
Well, I don't know what happens. What happens if one of the bars gets to 0?
You'll find out.
I mean, if we punish them, are they going to just revolt?
Yeah, that is
what if they revolt and take over the ship? I mean, do we lose, or could they still finish the journey?
I don't know.
Or do we identify with the leadership?
I feel it feels though we probably identify with the leadership.
I don't know. I'd punish them. I don't care. They're soldiers.
What do you say? What'll it be?
I'm a little worried about the bar emptying, so I'm leaning towards the second option.
I think mercy this time.
Mercy.
I'll be overruled. It's fine.
Mercy it is. The worst offenders are restrained, but not destroyed as examples. Some gratitude follows. So too does a little more boldness among the desperate. The crew remains less embittered, though less firmly governed. Compassion and weakness resemble one another most closely when provisions run low. Continue.
Do you guys remember when we talked too much at lunch and then had to sit in silence?
All right.
We're fucked.
You have another chance to abandon ship. Crozier gathers the officers. The ships lie fixed, as if built into the very earth. Men have died, more will, provisions are doubtful, health worse, and the great objective of the expedition reduced to a bitter absurdity. Still, to leave the ships is to exchange wooden walls, stoves, and stores for the blanket theater outside. What'll you do? It's the spring of 1845. So the ice should be thawing.
Our bars look pretty good. I don't know why.
Yeah, can you rely on that?
I just feel like abandoning the ships is a recipe for disaster. At least on the ships, you have some protection from the cold.
What happens if you get to if you leave the ships and you go south and the ice stops and then it's water? What do you do?
Well, they have the rowboats, so they can use the rowboats when they find water.
There's stuff in the rowboats.
Yeah, well,
I guess they
get rid of this stuff.
I guess they could. Seems like a suicide mission, though.
I don't know. I mean, we've already went 2 summers. Is this 2 summers we went without it thawing, or 1?
2.
I mean, if it's gone 2 summers without it thawing, we can't just sit here forever.
Wait, so we haven't moved for a whole year?
Yeah, the ships have been stuck in the ice.
Oh shit! I guess we leave
2 winters.
I guess we
2
leave.
winters.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But if it didn't thaw in the summer, I mean, that's just.
Yeah, if we went 2 summers without thawing, we can't just sit here forever.
I think we gotta chase variance here, because doing nothing hasn't gotten us any closer to success.
Let's leave.
Abandon ships.
Abandon the ships.
The ships are left to the ice.
4%.
It is done. The order passes. The men who came north as sailors begin to harness themselves like beasts to boats, sledges, and selected remnants of a floating civilization. Erebus and Terror are left behind amid their stores, books, instruments, and dead. No man looking back mistakes the act for anything but irreversible. With that, we're going to return back to the educational portion.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you what really happened as the men set sail into the Arctic. So they set sail on 19 May 1845. They made it to Greenland, and then they left Greenland and sailed into the Arctic waters above North America. Oh, there's the monkey's name. The monkey's name was Jocko. The dog was named Neptune, and they had several live cattle as well. So in the summer of 1845, they make it to Greenland, and they set sail. The last time they were seen was on July 4th, 1845, leaving Greenland. When they actually made it to Greenland, 5 of the men were gravely ill, and they had to leave them in Greenland. So that reduced their total numbers from the get-go. What's this say? In July, 26 July 1845, they're sighted by whaling vessels. Oh, this was the last time they were seen, heading into Lancaster Sound. And then in late 1845, the first winter, they wintered at Beechey Island. I think I have a picture of that not next slide. Okay, so in the winter, January to April 1846, 3 men died, and they were all buried on Beechey Island. The first was John Torrington, and there's some pretty grave pictures of him that we can take a look at later on when he was later exhumed.
I don't know if I want to look at that.
Yeah, I didn't include any pictures of that here. The second was John Hartnell.
So, wait, what's the point of all this? If they find this Northwest Passage, and I imagine the whole point is to be able to trade through there or something.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of finding the trade route if you need to winter there for multiple years to even get through?
It's a great question.
This just seems crazy.
That is a great question. One that they certainly did not consider.
I guess maybe the only thing I could see is they somehow find a way through where they don't have to winter. Like maybe one time when you go through, you have to winter in certain spots, but then the next time you go through, you find an alternative around having to winter at a certain spot. But it seems like quite the effort.
Just throw endless men and resources at it until it breaks. The third guy died, and they thought it would be a good idea to keep him on the ship instead of burying him. But then the rats started gnawing at his decaying corpse, so they finally took him out and buried him after 5 days. Pretty grody. So the first winter when they're out on the ocean, they get stuck in the ice. And this is pretty much where they remained. So northwest of King William Island, which actually at the time was called King William Land because they hadn't fully navigated it and figured out that it was actually an island. But this is where they first get stuck in September of 1846. Stuck by the ice. So, how do I explain this? So, in the following summer, they sent a sledge party out to send a message by whatever the nearest hunter-gatherers that they can find to let them know about everything that's going on. I don't know what else here. Oh, so they also have a note where that they left behind at one of these cairns, as they called them. It was pretty much just like a rock-like structure that they built that was visible to humans, but kind of just like blended in with the surrounding environment, so that if anyone who was in the Navy or whatever, if they found it, they'd be able to get any correspondence that they had left there. And on the note, Captain Fitzjames, he just wrote that everything was well as they're entering into the summer of 1814.
And that was after the second winter?
This was after the first winter. So the first winter stuck in the ice, the second winter that they're out and about. Well, heading into the second winter. In the summer right now. Then, during that summer, John Franklin died. He died out there.
Damn.
Yeah, this big boy.
What did he die of?
They don't know exactly. They don't know.
Liver.
Probably a real fatty liver. But at this point in time, they were in the summer, hoping that the ice would thaw. But the ice was not thawing.
Did nobody come to try and refine them?
We'll get to that a little later on. There's a whole bunch that happened.
So this is about where we're at in the Choose Your Own Adventure. We're about right here. So we're kind of following in their footsteps pretty closely, it seems.
Yeah. So after the second winter into 1848, they were stuck for, at this point, 1 year and 7 months on the ships in the ice north of King William Land. Throughout that time, 24 men died of suspicious causes. They couldn't necessarily point it to any one thing. There was disease. There was stuff that we encountered in the Choose Your Own Adventure. But they eventually abandoned ship and they traveled south to establish a camp. On 25 April 1845, just as they were setting out, they left another note at the cairn where they had left the note previously. Pretty much telling that men had died, John Franklin died, everything gone to shit, they were abandoning ship, and they started their march down. And this is the note itself that they left in the cairn that was found. And this is the diagram of the journey that they took. You can see they left Greenland, made it to Beechy Island up here around Devon, and then traveled south to King William Land. But yeah, on this note, they only had one piece of paper. I don't know why they didn't have other pieces of paper.
But they just had piece of paper?
Yeah, they just had one piece of paper, and so they had to write in the margins everything that was going on.
That's crazy.
Pretty wild. So yeah, all the men set out. They all set out into the silence, and not a single one of them returned. So let's see if you gentlemen can suffer a different fate as you abandon ship. What do you say?
So,
what do you say? You ready to jump back in?
Question.
Sure.
Did they ever find the path that the guys took, or is it really just they have no idea? The corpses were never found. They don't know where they ended up, or
we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little later on.
All right.
Hopefully, some of your questions will be answered. But for now, why don't we see if you gentlemen can survive in the circumstances that you're in?
Yeah, I'm not.
What do you say? What do you say?
I have 4% chance.
Continue on.
Yep. Oh, 0%.
I don't know, chat.
What shall be carried south The boats stand upon sledges, the sledges groan beneath impossible argument. Every pound means life, but no one agrees what life most requires. Provisions, fuel, medicine, tools, ammunition, spare clothing, and the boats themselves all claim necessity. Men already weakened stare at objects as if the choice between them were a verdict. One principal emphasis must govern the loads. Will you prioritize provisions and edible stores above all else? Prioritize fuel, clothing, and what little warmth can still be borne? Or prioritize medicine, tools, and weapons for adaptation and survival?
Well, if we have 0% chance,
I mean, food.
So
maybe?
what?
Well, 0% chance of finding the Northwest Passage. At this point, you've abandoned finding the Northwest Passage in favor of surviving.
What worries me about not picking weapons is that we run into another polar bear.
True, but you got like 90 some men left.
With like forks? You think they're going to kill them with
need guns.
Pitchforks?
But what if
fashion night ice spears and
I guess if they're all hungry and
I feel like
they're all hungry and weak,
fuel,
we're definitely.
I think fuel, because you can go longer without eating. Though I don't know, if you're dragging sleds, you might need nourishment. This is a very tough one. I don't know. I feel like if we pick the first two, next slide's gonna be like a polar bear comes. If we don't pick fuel, then it's gonna be.
I don't remember who said it, but if there's 97 of us, we should be able to scare away one bear.
Did you know? You don't know how.
Polar bears are really scary, though.
Did you ever see the Joe Rogan clip where he described the polar bear attack? There was a report of some guys on an island. I don't know if it was this situation. I guess not this situation, but there were like 5 guys on the ice, and a polar bear just went up and grabbed one and took him away.
But I just don't know how we can, if we're all hungry and unhealthy, how we can.
Well, you know what else though?
It seems like tempting fate to.
The polar bear is not going to kill 97 men. It would probably just take 1 or 2. So
it just seems like tempting fate to leave food behind.
Yeah, all right, let's
really
take. I'm leaning food, but I agree with the argument that warmth may be a bit smarter.
I mean, you're going to be I feel like we already have a decent amount of food, and I feel like you're going to have to deal with frostbite and things out there. I'd maybe lean towards fuel, but it's a very tough one. What do you guys vote on?
Trav, you're the tiebreaker here. I could see it either way.
I vote food.
Prioritize provisions and edible stores. All right, is that it?
Do it.
The march begins under weight of food. Probably a pretty wise choice, I would say. It's a choice I would make.
Eat big.
Whether to remain one body. The pace of the strongest already exceeds that of the weakest. Some officers urge that all should remain together, lest the vulnerable be abandoned to certain death. Others argue that smaller, lighter parties might move faster, hunt better, and preserve at least a fraction of the expedition. The choice will shape not only speed but conscience. Do you keep the survivors together as one diminished company, or split them into smaller parties and hope that some may travel faster?
Split them up.
Yeah, I feel that keeping the weakest alive isn't really going to help us survive at this point.
Even so, if the strong, also if the strong are able to go fast and find somebody, they may even return and help the weak.
Yeah, I think.
But again, let's
some of us back alive.
Let's go back to the fact that they're probably all scoundrels. If they found a way out, they'd probably just run.
I mean, I don't know. You're dealing with frostbite and
I think that is our best bet.
Food. I think if some of them can survive. I mean, imagine you're a speed walker and you got some, crook dawdling behind you. Not.
Yeah. I think split is there's some risks, but I think it has the highest chance of success.
Yeah, look at these men. Poor huddled masses.
Are these images all AI generated?
Yeah.
I heckin' love AI.
I love AI.
Thank you, Sam.
Split.
I love AI. Split them up.
Yeah, do it. Split them up.
The expedition breaks apart. Orders are given, loads divided, the company fragments. What was once a king's expedition becomes several wandering remnants with uneven officers, uneven strength, and no certainty that any will see the others again. The immediate gain is speed for a few. The longer cost is disorder, loneliness, and a loosening of restraint. The cold takes hold in flesh. The additional provisions taken from the ships delay the worst edge of starvation. For some days, perhaps some weeks, the pot still holds something honest. Heat is always scarce. Every camp feels like a compromise made too late. Still, the march worsens. Frostbitten feet blacken. Hands fail around lines and weapons.
Should have brought the heat. Should have brought the fuel.
One able seaman now lies with a foot so far gone that the surgeon calls it death attached to the body. Will you attempt amputation and linger in camp to save what life can be saved, or leave the stricken man with what little can be spared and push on?
Push on.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's not going to make it.
Yeah, we're leaving.
Jesus. John.
There's no way.
On you go. Oh, you left him for dead. The man is left with blankets, a vessel, and promises no one believes. The column moves on under a silence more corrosive than open argument. Some insist the decision was necessary. Others begin thereafter to regard the expedition not as an enterprise in distress, but as a society already morally broken. White delirium. A blizzard overtakes the march so completely that horizon, ground, and sky become a single, abolishing whiteness. When at last the wind drops, several men are altered in mind. One insists he sees English lamplight ahead. Another claims the ships have been refloated and are close astern. Others walk toward nothing with expressions of calm terror. The column can either halt and consolidate or press on despite the visions. Will you make camp, restrain the wandering, and wait out the worst disorder, or press hard and trust movement to master delirium?
Oh,
this doesn't sound so bad. I'd maybe
make camp.
I think make camp because I think pushing them harder is going to just make it worse.
Yeah, we're just going to end up with everybody losing their mind.
This is the last thing you see once the Palantir drones attack, by the way.
Visions of grandeur.
I see English lamplight.
Make camp? Making camp?
Do it, yeah.
Yep.
Survivors are gathered, tied into duty where needed, and watched like fever patients. Hallucinations continue through the night. Men speak to absent wives, to chapel choirs, to officers already dead, even to dirty old pig boy. The halt preserves some from walking into oblivion, but hunger grows sharper for the delay. Hope no longer declines in orderly measure, it frays into visions. Oh. Uh-oh. Violence among the survivors. Because you divided the expedition earlier, rumors and accusations arrive in fragments. One separated party is said to have hoarded food, another to have slain a man in dispute over a blanket. One night a quarrel ends in blood. By dawn, murder no longer feels unimaginable. Several armed men propose summary justice. Others whisper that if punishment is too stern, the company will simply fragment by force. Will you impose violent authority at once and execute or strike down the ringleader, or try to preserve unity through mediation and shared hardship?
I think we're all going to die if we do one.
Yeah, I think it's going to descend into chaos if we strike down this one guy.
Who
literally dealing with a bunch of guys with AI psychosis.
I mean, also being realistic, we're very likely all going to not make it. Therefore, Why not have some dignity?
Yeah.
Preserve unity. All right. Words against murder. You seek to shame the living back into fellowship. Some are moved, others only conceal their hatred better. No immediate execution is carried out, but neither is the poisoned atmosphere cleansed. The expedition goes on under a veneer as thin as thaw ice. A last chance at human aid. The Inuit party comes upon the survivors with evident caution, but not immediate hostility. Your earlier restraint and trading temper in the meeting. The survivors are reduced, filthy, and near collapse. A choice remains: seek cooperation, rob the strangers, or kill for what they carry. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Gotta be one. Gotta be one.
We gotta pick the first one.
We gotta beg like dirty old pig
Bag
boys.
'em. Bag 'em.
There's 13 of us left. Woo. Yikes.
Some small help is given, a little food, signs toward travel, perhaps a temporary camp, but the expedition is now too far spent. Several men are already dying on their feet. Generosity cannot reserve months of hunger, illness, frost, and moral ruin. The march dissolves in blizzard and hunger. The separated remnants do not possess enough food, strength, or mutual aid to survive the country through which they drag themselves. Blizzard, frostbite, starvation, hallucination, and exhaustion finish what the ice began aboard the ship. Some die beside tents, some beside empty boats, some face down in snow under a sky they no longer see. Thus the expedition is lost in full. Not one man reaches home with news. The dream of a navigable passage gives way to a legacy of wretched ships, scattered dead, and the long labor of others to understand how completely this enterprise was undone. The only path at the end is the truth plain. There was never to be a victorious return from this history. Your choices changed the manner of suffering, the shape of command, the texture of hope, and the road by which the expedition reached its ruin. They did not release it from ruin. Yeah, so that's kind of the kicker, is that there was never a way for you to win this game.
I think if we rejected that if we rejected the contractor, we might have won.
What if we had left after the first winter?
If you left after the first winter, I don't think it gives you the option to leave after the first winter.
Quite a harrowing message of
But you actually didn't even get the worst of it. You didn't encounter cannibalism or get mauled by a polar bear, so I guess you did some things right.
We did frame mog the bear.
Yeah.
Is it
that was our best decision.
Is it actually that cold in that part of the world?
Dude, it's crazy cold up there.
Well, but
it's absurdly cold in Canada.
But they left in the summer. Isn't it kind of mild?
Oh, I don't know. I've heard of people going to Antarctica in the summer, and it's not that bad. So
that's what I'm saying.
On negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit.
How is that possible in the summer? But what in the summer? It says it's 50 degrees in the summer.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
if you go on Google Images and look up Joa Haven is the city nearest to where they got lost. There's not even any snow and it's green.
Dude, you literally are just on a flat hike. It sounds like in 50-degree weather. I could easily survive this in the summer.
Unless it used to be a lot colder back then because of global warming and stuff.
But were they walking enough that they were walking in the winter?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty chilly.
You're saying like they walked all summer, but it was too late because they couldn't get to shelter.
Well, that's what I'm thinking it could be. But I mean, dude, walking in 50 degrees is not bad.
Yeah. Well,
I guess
let's talk about everything that went wrong.
they decided
actually,
to go
this
in
is
the first place.
This is the search. What do you want to talk about first? The search or what happened? Why everything went to shit?
Yeah, I want to hear the diagnosis.
Okay, everything that went wrong. So first off, the ships were not built for this type of shit. They were bomb vessels. They were slow. They were not built to explore unnavigated territory. Plus, the engines what?
I was just gonna say, I'm glad we were so dialed into the steam engines being completely useless.
The steam engines were actually useless. I think that I don't have the numbers exactly, but it was maybe like 2 knots that their speed increased because of the steam engines.
So what would have been the ideal ship for this?
Some kind of clipper ship. Something that can move fast.
Something fast.
A giant hammer.
Why didn't they just wait 70 years for planes? Or maybe use a hot air balloon.
That would have been much smarter. Plus, the engines themselves, they only brought about 10 days worth of fuel for the engines. So even if they could use them, they could only have used them for 10 days.
I mean, yeah, I feel like you need a small ship that you could literally pick up and carry if it gets stuck or something.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty stupid.
Pretty stupid. So question I have is, where were they trying to go once they left the ship? How far would they have had to walk to get to something?
Let's see.
Well, I think they landed on Little St. James Island, right? So
Little St. Barth.
It's crazy that we're all going to die in a nuclear war over Epstein activities. What do we got here? King William Island.
Let's see. So this is where they were. They were trading camps along the Hudson Bay that they were trying to reach. So they had a pretty far journey.
Mm.
I don't know exactly. Oh yeah, the Sir James Clark.
Did they have to walk all the way to? Were they going to have to walk all the way to like Albany?
No.
To find shelter.
No.
I mean, if you're in the summer and you have enough food, it seems doable, even if it's hundreds of miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative is just laying down and dying. I feel they probably could have.
Leadership failures played a big role. Sir John was not a good leader in any fact of the matter. And as I touched upon earlier, let me see if I can bring it up. He led the Coppermine expedition. Where that was a total failure. 11 men died. Some of the men were resorted to cannibalism. And he carried that failure with him. So he was not prepared to get himself wrapped up in another failure. And that's part of the reason why they didn't abandon ship earlier, was because John Franklin kind of refused from the get-go that his escape plan did not involve abandoning ship. Also, because of that hubris, he never set up any sort of rescue plan, kind of believing in all of their provisions and the technology that they were bringing with him to carry them. Also, the Admiralty they were not helpful. They were not helpful for a couple reasons that we'll get into in a little bit. Mostly because they chose John Franklin in the first place, because everybody else refused to lead this.
It seemed like a death wish. It seemed like it was doomed from the start.
Truly was. The provisions. So, the tin cans was a relatively new technology of the time to preserve the food. However, the contractor that the Admiralty favored, they used they did everything as cheap as possible, and they used very poor soldering, poor seals to seal the food in the tins. So as a result, the lead that they used to solder the cans ended up leaking into the food to cause lead exposure to the men.
Did they know lead was bad then?
I don't know if they knew that lead was bad.
So you had
They may have. They probably did know that lead poisoning was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You had 130 guys experiencing boomerism way before that was even a concept.
Yep.
They got the lead poisoned rage. This is like a microcosm of boomers.
These are pre-boomers.
So the food was spoiling because of the poor seals, and plus the food had lead in it. So it was just a big old recipe for disaster.
All they needed is a television. They'd be full on boomers.
And this is actually one of the cans that they recovered from the wreck.
That looks really sketchy, man.
And the funny thing is that the tin cans were invented before the can opener was invented. So the way that they opened these was to literally take like a hammer and chisel, hence the hole at the top of the can. That was the only way that they could open it. Really
they
insane.
couldn't think of a can opener. That's wild.
So yeah, the lead poisoning. Here's some of the symptoms: cognitive impairment, physical decline. You'd have bleeding gums. And a lot of the men, they were eating the food without knowing this until the symptoms started to arise in the men as the trip went on.
Pretty horrible way to go.
Yeah, not fun. Definitely not fun.
We'll be taken out quickly. So yeah,
true. The AI drones can't come soon enough.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot of other disease popped up. Scurvy was one. Tuberculosis was another. The 5 men who actually were let off of the voyage when they docked in Greenland, some of them had tuberculosis. And so they were left in Greenland.
Do you know how you actually contract tuberculosis? Was it just
no? I think it's just...
Is it a virus?
I don't know. I don't know. TB.
Let's look at it, because this was huge back then.
It's a bacteria.
Why don't we get it anymore?
We're about to. I think cases of tuberculosis have started popping up.
We're not vaccinated against tuberculosis, right? Or am I?
No, because it's a bacterial disease.
So we could literally get TB. Is that what you're?
Mm-hmm.
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, we live in hell.
Oh yeah. But yeah, tuberculosis, scurvy, malnutrition, and even botulism started to pop up. And there's actually an interesting strain of botulism that can survive in the Arctic.
What is botulism?
Botulism, here are the symptoms.
But what is it caused by? Is it an infection or?
Yeah, it's
I think it's like a bacterial infection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you would, some of the seals and fish up in that part of the Arctic could carry the strain.
Damn.
Yeah, but it caused, it's honestly very similar to lead poisoning as well.
Damn.
Yeah, okay, the environment. The summer that they set sail was actually one of the colder winters on record. And as a result, yeah.
That's awesome.
So they had no idea, but when they sailed into the Arctic in 1846, it was one of the coldest years on record in the Arctic, or at least in that portion of the Arctic. And because of that, the ice never thawed in the following summer. So they were pretty much doomed from that get-go.
Yeah, who could have thought that the coldest place on Earth could have multi-year ice?
I mean, I wonder why they didn't just contract this out to, really shady crews. I mean, imagine you could find some pirates or Spaniards that you could pay to attempt this.
Yeah, but they didn't want the pirates to know about it, because then they would have been going back and forth to Asia.
So they'd have control. They'd have full control over it.
I think
Arctic pirates.
I think the lesson learned here is if you go one summer without the ice breaking up, clearly something is gravely wrong. And it's time to cut your losses and march home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sunk cost fallacy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they abandoned ships too late, to Travis's point. Mm-hmm. John Franklin did not want to abandon ship at any cost. So honestly, him dying was probably the best thing that happened to the crew, because that finally freed them up to abandon ship. But if they had abandoned ship the year earlier, after they were in the ice, frozen in the ice for one winter, they very well could have survived.
I wonder how long the ships floated there before they finally sunk.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Do they know where the ships are?
They do. They do. I have that in another slide.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So cannibalism. Later on, when they did discover some of the bodies and some of the graves, actually most recently, I think like a year or two ago, they found the body of Captain Fitzjames. And I believe this is his jaw in this picture, where they identified cut marks that are consistent with cannibalism.
Oof.
Also, in some of the recovery, or I guess rescues that were sent out after, the one explorer, John Ray, who conducted an overland search and interacted with some of the Inuit people, the Inuit people pretty much told them that they had found camps of dead sailors where body parts had been cut off. And when he brought word of that back to England, it caused a big ruckus. Really big ruckus. But yeah, these guys were eating each other as they were marching south, trying to survive. Yeah, here's a little overview of everything. Pretty much doomed from the get-go.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Alrighty, dear listeners. So, the last piece of all this were the searches that occurred after all the shit went down. So, like I said, Franklin never set up a rescue plan. The Admiralty never planned for a rescue. They were kind of all just thinking that everything was going to go off without a hitch.
Something wrong with British people, man.
The hubris.
This does get at a broader question of what the hell is wrong with British people.
Yeah, I think maybe we should do an episode on what is wrong with the gene pool. Sorry, Travis. I know you have British ancestry, but there's just something.
All right.
There's just there's something wrong with them.
Honestly, so this was the bill for information.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm curious how much £20,000.
That's got to be an insane amount of money today.
Wow, in 1850.
That's some big money. That's some big money.
$4 million give or
But
take.
that's not a dollar. That's a euro, right?
Yeah, I think in dollar or
Pound?
this is pounds.
Do a
I
pound
think in
to dollar
dollars.
conversion. Do a pound to dollar conversion.
I think it's just about 4 million.
Are you sure? Is that a 1-to-1? Maybe it is.
No, pounds are a little more than dollars.
Yeah, so even so, it's a few million.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I also like that you have a thesaurus open as one of your tabs.
Yeah. Probably made that as like that bookmark in college. What is this?
College was 10 years ago.
USD. Yeah, it's $4.5 million.
I think I'd take that contract. I would take the contract and just say, "Oh yeah, I found them. They're all good."
Yeah. Yeah. So 1847, they hadn't heard a thing from Franklin. They also had no clue what was going on. But they did have people in the area, some traders, who would have had access to those cairns had they found them. So a message could have gotten back. Or if the sledge party that had been sent out after the first winter, if they were able to make contact with anyone, they would have gotten word. But no one was able to make contact, so they didn't do anything about it until 1847. And they sent out a number of searches. The Admiralty, again, was pretty hesitant to send anyone out to save them. They were kind of still just kind of hoping that everything was going to work out, and they didn't want to waste resources on it. The first expedition was set out by James Clark Ross, who was a pretty big guy. He was a big guy. He had big pants. Big guy, cool pants. I'm fairly certain that maybe it wasn't this one, but yeah, they sent out him first on a first expedition, and he didn't find shit. He didn't find anything. It was a big failure. And now we get John Ray.
Did the Panama Canal exist at this point, or was that later on that was made?
No, I don't think that was until the late 1800s.
I see. So they didn't know about that little thing.
Yeah, that did not exist.
Okay.
Panama Canal did not exist. So this next guy, John Ray, he conducted an overland expedition. So he wasn't sailing. He was out on foot up in northern Canada. And he was the guy that ran into the Inuit people. And they told him about encounters that they had with some British folk who were clinging onto life and starving. They were also the ones that found evidence of cannibalism. And John Ray, he collected some relics that the Inuit had gathered, and he brought that back to England and shared the harsh truth that cannibalism had plagued the survivors. So Lady Jane Franklin, I think I brought her up earlier, but she was the wife of John Franklin. And she was kind of going a little crazy because the Admiralty they weren't very gung-ho about sending out any rescue plans. So Lady Jane, she actually had to fund some rescues herself. And so she would plead with people. And she also had a lot of money. But this guy, McClintock, and his ship, the Fox, they set out. And they found some stuff. They found some skeletons, equipment. I think they also found the note.
I think it's really funny. It's really funny that they sent this fat, annoying chud on this death, like no 0% chance of success, and then afterwards just decided that they weren't going to even care to find out what happened. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
he's gone.
Yeah.
A Reddit mod.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, it really boggles the mind.
It makes you think about the first people they're going to send to Mars.
Yep.
Or the moon.
They're probably going to suffer a similar fate, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Oh, so this guy, Charles Francis Hall, he was an American, actually. And he spent a lot of time with the Inuit people. He also was able to pick up and corroborate the information that John Ray had learned in 1854 based on his talks with the Inuit people, that there was cannibalism and that everyone died. Yeah. Oh, Lady Jane. Yeah. Yeah, the Admiralty, like I said, they did not want to search for John Franklin, but Lady Jane did. And as I mentioned earlier, she funded the McClintock expedition to find them, which ultimately produced the Victory Point note, which is the one where it was written in the margins when they abandoned ship. And this is pretty interesting, but at the time, Lady Jane was very good friends with Charles Dickens, which was kind of interesting. So when that guy John Ray came back after his expedition in 1854 and started telling everyone that everyone on the Franklin expedition died and they resorted to cannibalism, Lady Jane and Charles Dickens did not stand for that. And Charles Dickens actually published, or he didn't publish, but he wrote a series of columns kind of denouncing that British men would resort to cannibalism, saying that that these men were heroes. They wouldn't resort to cutting each other up and eating each other just to survive. So finally, they did find the Northwest Passage when they were searching for John Franklin, and this guy did it, Robert McClure. So he was out searching for the expedition in the 1850s. He didn't find them or find anything, but he did find the Northwest Passage. So I think if John Franklin were still alive, he probably would have said that this was all due to him, that they only found the Northwest Passage.
Is this something that's actually used ever, though, to trade? I don't think I've ever heard of.
I don't think it is anymore. I would imagine that it did have some use in the late 1800s before the Panama Canal was a thing.
Yeah.
Because the only other alternative was to sail all the way from England below, the Cape of Good Hope, below South America.
I don't know the name.
Or South Africa to get to Asia.
It's crazy that the Panama Canal exists. I know we built it, but the fact that there is that little sliver of land between the two oceans is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the ships were finally found. And this, I think, is one of the craziest things of all.
Oh, wow. So, it's pretty recent.
Mm-hmm. So it was found rather recently. But back in the day, when, England had control over King William Island, when it was King William Land at the time, they actually named one of the bays Terror Bay after the ship. And this was like in the 1800s, in the late 1800s, when it was. And somehow the wreck of the HMS Terror was found in Terror Bay, which is really just a crazy, crazy coincidence.
So how'd the name originate?
Because the country named the bay after.
That's quite the
terror.
Synchronicity. I think the simulation's breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, why did they Why'd they name the ship of this doomed expedition the fucking HMS Terror?
It was a warship, right?
It was a warship.
That's It's so crazy.
Right? Isn't it insane?
You guys want to go on the Terror into icy wasteland?
And same with Erebus. Erebus translates
That
to
sounds
something.
like it's from Greek or something.
Yeah, it's from the Greek god of darkness, which also not a very good name for a
It's a
ship
good
that they're
name
going to
for a-
send out.
It's a good name for a warship, but not an
Yeah.
expedition ship.
Just insane. I think that's it. That's all I got. Yeah. So that's the Franklin expedition.
Hell yeah.
This sounds
That was
so
really-
horrible.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
It just baffled me. And if you like this type of shit, there's a really good show called The Terror. Actually, it was based off of
the guy
based off
from
of a book.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is a bad IP.
I don't know if it's the guy from Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
there's Jorah Mormont, or not Jorah Mormont, the King Beyond the Wall.
Yeah,
Who's
it's
the
same
king
guy.
on the
It's
wall?
same guy. I forget
Kieran
the actor's name.
Hines? I don't remember. But yeah, this was a really great show, but it's based off of a fiction book that's based off of the Franklin expedition. And there's
Yeah, the show's good.
the show's really good. The acting's really great. The scenery, the costume design, the cinematography is really great. Actually, in this show, they have a very good use of, remember the Dutch angle in Battlefield Earth?
Yeah.
They use the Dutch angle in this show very often, and it actually makes sense for them to use the Dutch angle because when the ships were frozen,
Oh yeah.
they were like tilted, they weren't frozen like perfectly upright. So for the whole time that those ships were frozen, the men were living in quarters where the floor was like at some sort of degree, some sort of angle. So it makes sense to use the Dutch angle in that.
Yeah, the show is really good. There's some supernatural stuff which I think Dante and I are not crazy about.
Yeah, the supernatural
Well,
stuff's stupid.
it's all right.
but-
It's kind of it's whatever, but yeah, it's very atmospheric, very historically accurate in the casting, which was surprising for the time. And there's a spooky scene where they go in the diving suit. So I'd recommend it.
Oh, I wonder if you want to see.
I have really bad, I think, thalassophobia it's called. So this stuff always freaks me out.
Let's see if there's a.
Hell no. Hell no.
Your tax expert is right for you.
You don't have YouTube
Yeah,
Premium? What's wrong with you?
Hell no.
Why are you wasting money on this shit?
Real-time updates on their progress.
Don't you realize a nuke's about to go off in a week?
Switch to TurboTax.
Yeah, I gotta make
At
sure I
least
have all my
buy it.
schmeckles.
You're not going to be alive. There's going to be universal high income.
If it is ice wedge behind the propeller, and you can pry it out.
Yeah, this shit. You couldn't pay me anything to go.
In all realms.
Couldn't pay me anything to do this shit.
Yeah, just crazy. So yeah, there he is down there getting the ice unstuck from the propeller.
Yeah, possibly the worst job imaginable.
Really just insane. But yeah, I think this is where some of the supernatural stuff comes into play.
There's ghosts or something.
The soundtrack is also incredible for this show.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
I think she'll spin now, sir. Is there anything else to report? No, sir. Capital job.
Yeah, just insane. So I would recommend it. It's a very good watch.